wrong. Don't worry about it. How you doing, though? Welcome. Hope you're having a good, wonderful day as well. Hope you're having a good, wonderful day. I am live and alive back on Tuesday, right? Whew. I'm still recovering a little bit from the crazy subathon that we had. It was like collab after collab after collab. Boom, 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 boom. There is going to be, I did reschedule the repo one. It's going to be this Saturday. This Saturday we're gonna have another repo, just because it's not a subathon anymore, so I just rescheduled to be a normal special stream. Still lots of fun though. You know what I mean? But yeah, hey Tsukino, how you doing, Tsukino? You've been so busy, I haven't seen you forever, but I'm glad to have you here. How you doing, Tsukino? Welcome. Hello, Nova. Your character is frozen. My character is frozen. It's not my VTuber. I am stupid. I forgot to turn on my phone. I am very sorry. I am very sorry. I'm stupid and I forgot to turn on my phone. Now it's frozen because it's properly broken. No, there you go. Okay. Can you tell that I'm a professional streamer? Can you tell? Hey, do tell that I am a professional streamer. Hey, Venom, how you doing as well? Venom, I saw your animation. That's a cool animation. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm not big on My Little Pony, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment. How you doing, though? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day as well. Welcome. Hello, Beep Boo. How you doing as well? Hello, Blue Rose. How you doing as well? I was just talking to Phoebe. I was talking about, like, the visual novels. She was saying, like, oh, visual novels is not for me. I like doing visual novels as content. I think it's, like, kind of chill. But she's like, it's not for me. So, like, I don't know about that. And kind of like, I'm not saying this to call anybody out. I'm saying this because I wanted to know what you guys would like to see. What is the kind of content you would like to see from me? I like doing these visual novels, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that do as well. Because the views do well, so I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy it. But I wanted to know what else aside from the visual novels people like doing. People saying retro. She was saying retro games. Why have I not done retro games? And I was like, but Minecraft is retro. I'm doing Minecraft because I'm nostalgic. I used to play this when I was like 16. Look, I don't care that Minecraft is still going. For me, it's a nostalgia kick all the same. You know what I mean? Like does it count? Does it have to be like an abandoned game? Because people still play Minecraft. That counts as retro for me. That's I don't know. I've just been on my mind. I'm just thinking it counts. I think it counts to me. Doesn't it? It's 14 years old. I mean, it's 12, but I count the beta as well because that's when I started playing. I started playing on the beta. You know what I mean? Let me just do one thing real quick. Hey Mingzi, how you doing as well? Welcome. Hello, test subject. I like visual novels, especially you have to do a little bit more than just reading, like Dreambound. Yeah, I like them as well. It can be very interesting as well. I just like this. I like the stories. I think it's quite immersive. I know that a lot of people prefer to play. Nyla, for example, was saying that she prefers to play it themselves, and I'm like, sure, that's understandable. You can do that. You can also do it by myself, because visual novels are they have choices. And it's not always the same thing for everybody. So you can play it by yourself. I always actually tell people to do so because it shouts out the content, the game makers, right? But I totally understand if that's not for you. I want you to watch what you want to watch. It counts as I happen to be the one to stream I missed. Sad. No, I mean it's on YouTube. You can always watch it after the fact. It is a little bit of a shame though. Speaking of Minecraft, I know that a lot of people are playing on the server. I just wanted to let you know that someday, I'm not exactly sure when, we're going to be doing a server look around, see what you guys are up to. I just wanted to see what you guys are up to, and what the people are building. Nova, I see Nova's base. Nova's base is doing genuinely amazing. She was building a nether portal. She has a little secluded area. That was really good. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm on solid holidays. I miss live streams. Oh yeah, come around every day. I mean, you don't have to miss it, Phoebe. You can always watch it on YouTube as well. If you're saying hey, if I'm in college, for example, I'm I can't come every day at the time of the stream. You can always watch it after the fact. I would prefer you come live, cause I want to talk to you. But you can always you don't have to miss it. That's the whole point of me streaming on YouTube, is because There's a lot of people that watch it after the facts. A lot of people have like different time zones, Australia, that kind of stuff. Are like, Kindred, I can't make it. So just come around, watch it after, and you can leave a comment or just reply, right? You know what I mean? Hey, Mid-Dating, how you doing as well? Hello, Wednesday. If you are watching this on YouTube, however, do leave a like. Leave a like on the video. I know it's annoying to keep asking, but it helps us show up more on the front page. So, and that's what most people see that's what most people see the stream. So I would greatly appreciate if you can come around. There we go. Let me just do this, add a file here. I'm fixing some stuff. Give me just a moment. Perfect. There you go. Sorry, I was doing something. There you go. There you go. Like novels. Busy with a little test, making a small walk cycle, face directly forward. I'm not letting I'm cooking. Oh yeah. Speaking of cooking, have you guys seen my new comic dub? I think I'm really proud of that one. The acting was a little bit lifting because Nyla was not feeling that great on the day of the recording. But I was really proud of that idea because a lot of people are saying like, oh my god, Kindred, that's just me when I'm playing what is his name? When I'm playing the fuck, what was the name? The Stardew Valley. A lot of people saying like this is just like me for real. I'm like, I know. When I heard I've seen Nyla playing it like that. She's always like that as well. But when I saw like a few girlfriends of mine like talking about the same thing, I'm like, that's gotta be a novel. I gotta make this, and then I made it into reality. Hey, Adam Bean, how are you doing as well? But yeah, I'm kind of cooking on these visual novels. I'm gonna make it as an extra thing for Patreon, where I want to make it like at least twice a month. I want to do a comic dub because you know what I mean. Yeah, hello Jenny, how you doing as well? That game makes me aggressive. What? Why is that the clears? It's like cozy game. Why you guys like that? Come on, like it's a visual novel. You're supposed to just relax. It's like a cozy like farming game. There's no time limit. There's no like, you know what I mean, like big deadlines or anything like that. So just enjoy yourself. It's a little cozy game to unwind. You know what I mean? That game makes me aggressive. It's like me when I play Minecraft Lamau. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, Love and Deep Space, tomorrow, we're going to be gacha pulling. The new banner comes out tomorrow. We're going to be gacha pulling the shit out of it. And, you know, I will try to get as many people as possible with the fucking resources that I have. You guys can pitch in if you want to. But if we don't get everyone. But, you know, it's tomorrow. It's going to be the banner. But today is not that's not for today. Today we're going to be having a visual novel, 14 Days with You. I saw the art style was cute. I saw it from ED as well. Don't encourage gambling, Kindred. I'm not. I'm very much against gambling. You know what I mean? I'm always very vocal about like the people should play gacha games responsibly. And that goes for me as well. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the resources that I got in game. The crystals. You know what I mean? That's just the money that I've already put. I always put a little bit of it, always in responsible amounts, even when making content of it. You know what I mean? Title says Xylos and Zane. I bet you read Raphael instead of Zane. My title says no. I think I put Raphael. No, I was aiming for Raphael at least that I remember. It's Raphael and Silas. Did I put a wrong title? I mean, I also want Zane as well. I put Zane as well. I forgot to change it. Oh well. I do want Raphael as well. I want Raphael, Zane. From that patch, I want Raphael, Zane, and Silas. Silas, of course. Silas is my boy. Of course, he's gonna be always Silas #1. Come on. I'm loyal. You understand me? I am loyal. I am a Silas Struver. You can't change me from that. But the other ones I can negotiate. I'm cool with Raphael because this memory of Raphael seems kind of really pretty. You know what I mean? Stop flashing with the clash. Cash? You think I'm swimming on money? I've been trying to make ends meet for years at this point. I'm just grinding those free resources like crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not quiet at all. I'm genuinely asking for help because these gacha streams kind of eat away. These games are just because Love and Deep Space is because it's good views as well. It's good for numbers. but also because I like it. It's not financially positive. It's like a net neutral at most. It's not financially positive, at least not yet. It is good for views though. People do like watching 11D space views. You know what I mean? It is. It's a. Listen, man, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It's a mix of it. It's a mix of it. There's usually three like parameters that I use when I'm like thinking of content. You know what I mean? It's if it's good for views, if I like doing it, and if the chat likes doing it as well. You know what I mean? Those are interchangeable. Some I like more. The more flexing is just flexing on Silas. I mean, Silas is my boy. Come on. I have like 7 5-stars of Silas, which I know it's not a lot. Listen, I've been humbled, okay? I have seen what a small whale looks like. And she had like 20 or something, like 5-star. I think more than that. I have been humbled. I know that my account is nothing to flex, but it's my boy. It's Silas. If Tessa's account is a small whale, I have no idea what like a huge Love and Deep Space whale is. You know what I mean? Like I know my place. I know my place. I have been humbled. You know what I mean? That is fun, but it's not the most free-to-play gacha game I've played. It definitely is, in my opinion. It's much better than Genshin, for example. You can get a lot of free content in Love and Deep Space, but you gotta claim everything. You gotta do the trials, the everything, and you gotta get the events. They do like little events where they give a lot of free stuff. The thing about the free-to-play Love and Deep Space is that you're not gonna be able to choose who do you want to stay with. If you're playing Love and Deep Space as a free-to-play, you're gonna get a lot of 5-stars, but they're not gonna be from the same character. So if you want a specific character, you're probably going to have to pitch in a little bit. You know what I mean? So excited to see you play for all the cards, especially Raphael's card. The way you talk about Raphael cracked me up. I love when you call it Silas a wife guy. I mean, to be fair, I've seen like somebody saying like, oh, Raphael is not like that at all. I always give my opinions from what I have seen. Like people that play Love and Deep Space and watch my streams fail to realize that I don't watch shit on YouTube. I think it's lame. I've seen other streamers, especially like Twitch streamers, say like, oh, reacting to Love and Deep Space. I think that is lame. I don't like doing that. If I'm gonna play a video game, I'm gonna play a video game. And if I don't get all the memories, I just not seen all the memories. So a lot of people say like, oh, Raphael's not like that. You haven't watched every single memory of Raphael. I'm like, yes. I have been playing this game for a year. I don't have all the memories and my money is limited. I only have a certain amount of money that I can responsibly put on a gacha game for like a YouTube video. So I'm going on my own journey. And you can say like, hey, just wait until you see this memory or something like that. But like people are so mean sometimes. You know what I mean? They're like, Raphael's not like that. You're not a real Love and Deep Space fan because you haven't spent like hundreds of fucking thousands of dollars in a video game. Like, come on. I want to play the game and I also want to play it in my own like rhythm. Like if I'm saying something it turns out to be wrong, then I'm just in my own journey discovering that character. I think it makes it more special that way. Sure, I like seeing some memories. There's a lot of memories, for example, the myths when we watch in Tessa's account because like, you know, the myth is not available every time. But that's just, you know, again, my own journey. It's not every fucking memory. You know what I mean? That's just my thing, you know. This is the later my Love and Deep Space thing. I got bored with it. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So I can understand if that's not for you. Game that I like style-wise, but I haven't like been playing that much is Zenless. I quite like the style of Zenless as well. You know what I mean? But the thing is that I don't know. It's a little bit. I don't know exactly. Ugh. It's not something that I was too engaged with. It's like really cool every now and then, but it's like, you know what I mean? Just when it comes to that, for me, it's just didn't vibe that much, you know? And I can understand, like, that's what I always say, like, you can be the best peach in the world. Some people just don't like peaches. And, you know, who's joining the Silas religion? I like the Silas's one. I like Raphael. I see. What is your favorite, though? What is your favorite, though? Because, like, I know that, like, Raphael, Silas is, like, a big one. Silas has got, like, a lot of big ones. But then I don't know who's the second one. Like, I think it's either Zane or Raphael. I think Zane actually might take the second one. And then Caleb. It's probably Zane and Caleb, numbers-wise, from what I've seen. I'm not saying that this is the best one. You guys know my pecking order. But from what I've seen a lot of Zane, a lot of Raphael, and a lot of Caleb. Some people like Xavier. There is a few people that like more of a softy boy that prefer Xavier, but I haven't seen that many Raphael fans in the wild. You know what I mean? It's like numbers-wise, Raphael is one of the rare numbers that I've seen. Like they're number ones. I'm talking about your number ones. You know what I mean? When you talk to like a random Love and Deep Space fan, the most I've seen was like Silas. To be fair, I make a lot of Silas content because I like Silas, so that maybe I'm biased. But you know what I mean? That's kind of how I've been seeing it. That's kind of how I've been saying it. Speaking of which, let's check out the thing. Raphael's mine. Really? Raphael's number one. Okay. Then you have Silas number one. Something to try and play Love and Deep Space. I mean, you can watch the streams if you want to get a vibe. Where is the... 14 days with you. There you go. My cutie sigh. There you go. Let me download it real quick. 14 days with you. Perfect. Here you go. Xavier, Silas, and Caleb are my main, but I used to be Raphael because I switched up. I still love him. Saw great Raphael Merman cosplay. I mean, I've seen a few cosplays. Although, to be fair, a lot of the cosplays kind of cheat a little bit. The Love and Deep Space cosplays, what they do is basically they use a mask. You can fake a lot of similarities when you use a mask on your cosplays. And I saw that, I was like, I see you guys are cheating a little bit. Oh, sorry. Switch up from Zane to Raphael. Really? From Zane to Raphael? That's a very... Oh, we got the seal of quality. Oh, we got the indie game seal of quality. Windows has protected your PC. Please don't play this. You know a game is gonna be good when a game is like, please don't play this. We don't want to see this. Can you not? We got the indie game seal of quality, dude. We got the indie game seal of quality. There you go. Where is it? 14 days with you. There you go. The demo for the upcoming. Yeah, this is the demo. Yes, I am over 18. Confirm that you're over 18. Yes. Is there not safe for work? I need to know. I'm always scared. Is there? Okay, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, good. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. Alrighty, go. Such a cute boy as well. I saw this design. I was like, what? This is too cute to be a yandere, but also, you know. Hey, Lee Bumblebee. Love the game even more now that you're just loving indie game. I love indie games. My favorite passions are indie games and retro games. You know what I mean? Those are the two things that I like. I know I splice in between with like content that is more algorithmically, Love and Deep Space, like mains, you know what I mean? But my favorite games are indie games and retro games. Those are peak for me. You know what I mean? Those double check and just love it. I mean, listen. I've seen enough of these fucking. I've seen enough of these fucking. You know what I mean? Enable streamer mode. That's kind of cool. Dude, for YouTube videos and streaming on Twitch. I mean, I'll take that. Listen, I don't want anybody flashing their meat on my YouTube videos, okay? I don't want anybody flashing their meat. You know? What'd you like to be called? Angel. Pff, come on, Angel is. I'm gonna put Spirit. Or Kindred. I suppose Kindred is fine. Pronouns, he, him. Currently enabled. Please disable this feature. Okay. Good. Listen, it's always good to know that the people are saying disable. It is very important. Thank you for the game developers. That is very mindful. Thank you very much. That is very mindful. Thank you. I'm just making sure. Okay, Kendra. I see. Can't wait to finally meet you, Angel. In other news, the remains of yet another body has been pulled out from a lake of blue moss, making a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that... Stifling a groan with the rim of your coffee cup, I fish around the remote lodge between the cushions to turn off the TV. I wasn't about to let some morbid headliner dampen the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be the first day at work finally, after finally getting that hard-earned promotion. We'll play this on 18 plus mode. Listen, you should definitely play the visual novels that I do, because, I want to shout out the game makers as well. However, if you want to indulge in a little bit of spice, if you want to indulge. My favorite, you know what I wish? I know it's because, rules are rules and YouTube is not that kind of platform, right? But I wished that YouTube, I could have, a section where I could just crop out the, not safe for work bar and put it as, a membership or, an 18 plus thing and just, put it on YouTube. Not, porn, obviously, but, spicy shit like that. Just saying, YouTube. Here's my suggestion. You know what I mean? Stacking and sorting through books at the library might have not been my dream job, or even my first choice of place to work after moving back. But the pay was nice, my coworkers were friendly, and the building was located within perfect walking distance from my apartment. There was even this adorable little bakery along the way that served the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind. And the manager there always loved to hand out small freebies whenever I stopped by. Still beats living in the city though, honestly. I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. The fast-paced, hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for whenever I stared out of the window on the sleepless nights. And the people there were rude and indignant. Yeah. YouTube is very sensitive to the point that some people have uploaded last nightly rendezvous videos got taken down. No. I haven't gotten any nightly rendezvous videos taken down. Although, to be fair, I always say that, YouTube is very sensitive with the heavy breathing that the boys love doing, you know what I mean? The lads boys love doing those heavy breathings. I'm like, hey, that's why I have to do that. Hey, stop it. Stop it. This is a family-friendly Christian stream. You understand me? It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it be. It is nice. It was nothing like Cortland Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family and the air smelled like sea rather than pollution. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here. But the new job keeps me busy, and I prefer to spend time here alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely consider friends. In fact, especially Caleb. Caleb is notorious for being like, and I'm like, Caleb, shut, hey, stop it. I know that the voice actor is very dedicated to his role. Man, is he's getting so well paid. He's giving his soul. But I'm like, come on, man, you save that for later. Come on. Setting my mug on the table, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online friend, pops up and I tap the screen to read their message. Alright, sure. What greets me is an adorable sticker of some anime character giving a thumbs up, as well as a short message that say, good luck today, underneath. Aw, that's kind of cute. Speaking of which, there you go. I wanted to grow this a little bit. Forgot that I keep doing this. I set up my overlay like this. There you go. Listen to that. There you go. Mother has been adamant about showing their endless support for me, even after 5 years of friendship, cursed memes, and late video calls. Did I miss? My dad wanted something from me? Not at all, Grumpy. You didn't miss anything yet. We're still at the prologue. No shit against the VA, but I feel like swallowing the mic does when he does a breathing. Listen. No criticizing here. No critiques from me. Even though I would never admit out loud, I was really grateful to have someone like them in my life. Pulling up the keyboard, I began to type a response to their message. Send a thank you, send back another sticker, reply later, send a meme with zero context. Listen, I know which one I'm picking. Without missing the bit, I open up an image gallery and practice finger to send them a blurry picture of a worm in a bag of crisps with the word sexy written in a That sounds like me. Not even 5 seconds pass before Mouse quips back with a response of their own. This time sending their own cryptic meme of a frog sitting on a slice of bread. Is that butter? Before I can ask, a gray chat pop-up pops up one more, indicating the moth was still typing another message. By the way, did you see the latest AOG episode? I heard Haruto got an outfits change. Spoiler for me, did it really change his art style after as well? Or was it just his sorcerer outfit? Attack on Giants, or AOG. God, I love copyright-free Attack on Titan. Small flags to call it is a popular anime series that recently became obsessed with, and Haruko is one of the main characters from the show. He's a sorcerer known for his shy and airheaded demeanor. As of late, his hairstyle has become more of a trending topic within the community. Now that I've thought about it, what hairstyle did Haruko have in the latest episode? Mid-length, long hair, still the same. That's just long hair. I don't know. He grew it out? Knew there was a 1 year time skip, but dang, okay. I'm bouncing off the walls right now. By the way, I didn't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night you were going to head to work at 8 a.m.? Because it's like 9:30 where you are right now. Right? Or am I just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again? Looking at the time displayed on my phone, immediately let out a sign of curses and leap to my feet. Oh, we're late already. Fuck. That's kind of unfortunate. Relationship goals. Now that's real friendship. I mean, that sounds about right for me. I don't do it anymore because I'm definitely afraid of being inconsiderate. But with my friends, I'm always sending them a few. Even Nyla as well. I'm always sending them some out of context memes, but I think it's funny. Oh. Grabbing the coat I had carelessly strewn across the back of the sofa, I quickly shrugged it off a bit, making a beeline towards the door. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance at the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully the outfit I chose was appropriate for my job. Something cutesy, something comfy, alternative, professional, trendy. Which one do we want to choose? I like this like intro because it's like kind of defining your personality, but without being like. This is supposed to set your personality, I'm assuming. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you going to be? Are you more like a lighthearted person? Are you more of a serious person? Are you shy? You know, how do you prefer to dress? You know what I mean? That's kind of like what I see about that. I would say casual. This is a job, but I don't know exactly which job do I want to be. Definitely not cutesy. Cutesy is not for me. I wanted something slutty. Give me something slutty, game. I want to dress like a tasteful slut. You understand me? Let's do something trendy. That would cost me an arm and a leg to obtain, perhaps, but hey, my break and check can cover it, then I should be able to wear it. Giving myself a small spin on the mirror, I admire how eye-catching accessories move around me. You know what I mean? I want to dress like a tasteful slut. You know what I mean? What's the equivalent of like an office siren, but for men? You know what I mean? Like, I want to dress like a tasteful slut. You know what I mean? Something that's like, you know, it's not too much that it feels excessive, but also, you know, like, gets you a little bit of a stray look from over the shoulder. You know what I mean? That's how I want to dress. I want to dress like a tasteful slut. You know? Tasteful slutty. That's what I want to dress. But enough of that. I can check myself another time. Hastily I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off any stray pieces of lint from my sleeves before I finally head out of the front door. I almost catch my foot on the door handle in the process. With a grumble, I took at the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came up with a little bit of struggle. I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration as I attempted to unlock my door. Oh, seriously. When would that lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? I swear I've complained at least four times this month. Hey, there's a new character. Look at that. Oh, hey there, Kindred. Looking good. My neighbor, Violet, practically beams at me while she fishes through her pockets in her own apartment key. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant. I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was practically filled to the brim with all different kinds of plants, greenery, and various kinds of flora. Aww. Aw, she's kind of cute. Oh, I like a green apartment. I think it's very cozy. I wasn't to complain or anything. The fragrance that wafted in from the wind always smelled floral and earthy. Did well to mask the smell of smoke and burned food whenever I tried to cook. Hey, Violet. Hey, isn't you top from that high-end brand? Didn't know we had similar taste in fashion. You have to let me peek inside your closet someday. Been looking for some new inspiration lately. Okay. A bit forward, but I suppose, to be fair, a lot of people are very friendly in rural houses, right? In rural cities. So, I suppose she could just be being friendly. Especially when winter ran around the corner. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh, back to you. The voice pulls me away from my thoughts. I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. I wonder what the... this symbol mean? Welcome, kindred. In my house spouse era, don't at me. In my house husband era. Stop interfering with my talks, Tio. Type something here. Oh, I can set my status. Wait, what do I wanna set my status? The presso, but with a huge ass. The presso, but with a huge asso. That sounds like a quality status. Let me tell you. Oh, it's still got the symbol as well. Username. Okay. Suppose doesn't change anything, but oh well. I don't think I ever heard a name for that. You don't like my status? You don't like the presso, but with a huge asso? I mean, sounds like something I would put in. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. Wow, Violet's show was extra chirpy this morning. I wonder if she'll let me borrow some of that energy. In response, I shoot my neighbor a grin of my own, and apparently it was enough to brighten her mood, even more than it already was. Aw. What exactly are you holding? It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you too. Usually be at the flower shop this time, so it's nice to finally be able to catch up with you like this, especially when our schedules align. Speaking of, you should stop by my place the next time you're free. I'd love to introduce you to this little guy's family. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you this, but when are you going to tell me when that you're seeing someone? Huh? Knowing look pulls at her features as Violet continues to fiddle with the lock on her door. What are you talking about? Come on. Don't act like you just didn't have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. I'll be more worried about my neighbor talking to her plants. Name plants. I mean, listen, a lot of people like pet parents, you know what I mean? They have they treat their dogs as kids because, you know, it's kind of quirky like that. I don't know about talking to plants though. I feel like that's a level of veganism that I'm not. Sure, I guess. On the walk, but the thought of someone leaving my apartment seems to set off way more alarm bells. I gave her a concerned look as she picks up almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me you were drunk or anything. Something. With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door, although it seems we both share the same problem with our apartment locks, and placed her potted plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. A tall guy, wearing dark slasher hoodie, really into alternative fashion with a crazy amount of belts and loops wrapped around his leg. Ring any bells? No? What the fuck? Hey, Missouri. Had to come from TikTok? I was serious. Hey, Missouri. Glad to have you come around, my friend. Welcome. Yeah, I am live on TikTok, but that's just because the app allows it. But I am not reading the TikTok chat because the TikTok chat tends to go kind of crazy. So if you want to chat, you can watch the streams on TikTok if you don't want to leave it. But I am not reading the chat on TikTok. I put a little warning so people know. You know what I mean? People give plants their names. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm also not going to criticize if people do. I don't know. I've just never seen it. Hey, Cool Sprite. How you doing as well? What was that? Why do I so need it? The screens is all over the place. There you go. Fixed it. It's kind of crazy. Somebody did invade our apartment. We're very casually talking about, like, we're being too casual about like somebody coming out of our apartment with no permission. Nobody came here. Even if they did, I would have heard them. That place isn't really that big anyway. Really, but I was sure it was you, though. A hand rests on her cheek in a thinking manner before she pouts at me, simply giving in for now. Okay. Kinda crazy. Okay, somebody apparently broke into our apartment. That's kind of crazy, but okay. Well, all right then. Well, maybe it was somebody else's apartment? I mean, it's so dark in the hallway at night. Honestly, what is a landlord doing? Mind if I check in with security downstairs later? I'll give me some peace of mind. Yeah, that's fine. All right, thank you, Kindred. Well, got some plans to water and some MMOs to raid in, so. She's such a vibe. She's like casually taking care of her pet plants, you know, like very cozy, very girly pop. And then like, yeah, I got some MMOs to play, you know what I mean? Like, what a vibe. I like this girl. What a vibe. She has definitely got a vibe going on. Now let's out one last half before she picks up her plants. What she did name this one again? And goes back to unlocking her door. Hey Raymond, how you doing as well? Ruretto, how you doing as well, my friend? Welcome. A talk, I guess, even if it was kind of awkward. Yeah, sure. See you later, Faye. Slipping past my neighbor in a cramped hallway, I quickly make my way to the stairs. When they fix that broken elevator and break into a slight jog. Thankfully, the weather was rather cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me in blisters by the time I reached the library. Also in the AMC late for work as well. That's kind of also true. I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, we were already later. We took the time to be like, hey, let's just chat a little bit. It's fine. Not exactly responsible, are we? No, we're not exactly responsible in this story. Yeah, how you doing, everyone? Welcome. First time in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Welcome. The smell of old papered coffee and soft incenses flood my senses as I step through the library's glass door. Speaking of which, if you're watching this right now, do leave a like as well. Likes help us show up more on the front page, and that's where most people see us on YouTube. So yeah, if you're watching this, do leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. Hey Red Moon, how you doing as well? Yeah, I have a question for you. Sure, Axel. What's the question? Hey Cinnabread Babe, how you doing as well? Welcome. How's the game so far? We're just getting started, so you haven't missed anything. TLDR is we're in a new city, new clothes, new start, and we're moving away from the city and trying to have a fresh start, basically. You know what I mean? A lot of chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ear as she turns around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor? I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh. She looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile, and she beckons me to come closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my co-workers here at Corland Bay Library, one of the very few people here who actually gets the work done. And though she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she more than makes up for it with a caring and doting attitude towards everyone. Aw. She's got the mom. She has the mom friend vibe, doesn't she? She gives me mom friend vibes. She's like, you know, a little bit clumsy, a little bit scatterbrained, but you know, just means well and likes taking care of people. That is, to a T, a mom friend, you know. But her nurturing personality can get rather overbearing at times. I often find myself one step away having to step away to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she's charming to work with. I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleep schedule would look like without her help. Kindred, just on time. I print out your... Wait, when did I... The stranger turns to a slight panic as she spins on her heels, and I suddenly watch with amusement as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of papers lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Everyone needs a mom friend. I mean, listen, every group of friends needs a mom friend, yes. You know? But yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't hate it. Spin around once more, Eleanor comes back and hands me a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed in big bold letters. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once-over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks. But I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel like to no longer be in charge of stacking books all day long? Although you still have to work the front desk from time to time, though, unfortunately. I offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my back onto the desk. As I begin to pull out some of my belongings, the front door chimes again, letting everyone know another patron has come in. Figuring Eleanor has it all covered, I leave the customer to her as I go back to preparing for everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I notice that she had already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her alarm desk from mine. Hey, Corpse Bride, thank you so much for the 3 months sub. Thank you so much. 3 months ahead of time. Goddamn. Okay. Thank you so much. The support is very much appreciated. How you doing, my friend? Yeah. Finata made a small scale and he's talking to her uncle about her physique. Hey, Velocity. How you doing as well? Hello, Corpse Bride. Hello. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head in the direction of the person she was talking about. You know, that new guy. I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he always comes in and rents out books you recommend at the display window. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a little crush on you. Aw. Does he, though? Especially with that outfit you got going on. It makes you look rather handsome, so I can't really fault him for staring. Hey, yo, Eleanor, come down. Calm down, Eleanor. Come on, damn, okay. Everybody's being so nice to me, okay. Because you were staring a lot. I'm sure she just means that in like a nice way. I'm sure, like mom friends are always like this, which kind of sucks if you have a crush on a mom friend. Because they're always like giving like compliments like that, but they don't often mean like in a flirty way. So you have to like really break down their walls to be able to you know, get them to like take you in. Snorting, I push Eleanor's office chair so she's facing the other way and focus my attention back on the papers in front of me. What was it with everyone today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people and meddling in business that wasn't their own. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt my deadbeat landlord was going to do anything about it. I need to buy a stronger lock on my way back home, from work. Maybe even some kind of alarm system. Wouldn't the stores still be open by then? All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards as Eleanor playfully wheels my chair around and leans over the shoulder, softly speaking to my ear. Okay, goddamn. Would you look at that? Loverboy in aisle A needs some help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelf, signaling to the staff that somebody in the row needs its assistance. With a sigh, I reluctantly stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to help them herself. I begrudgingly began to make my way towards the aisle 8 alone. I knew better than to glance back at her, knowing full well that my teasing coworker would spot the biggest grin on her face back to my misfortune. Aww. Ducking around the corner into the aisle, I immediately met my broad backside that was covered and had to be the comfiest looking cardigan I've ever seen. The person who it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to notice me yet, so I awkwardly clear my throat and absentmindedly shift my way from one foot to another. Oh? Aw, look at that. It's Poster Boy. That is a comfy looking cardigan. He looks so cute though, doesn't he? What is that on his hands though? Like some marks on his hands. Also his hair? What? Oh my god. I haven't noticed this because I only saw the previews. Why does he look like Femboy Zhongli? He has the same hairstyle and everything. He kind of gives me... Why does he look like Femboy Zhongli? That's kind of funny. Is that the yandere? Apparently, that's the poster boy. Seems ready to jump at the noise before sheepishly turned around to face me. Immediately was taken back by his soft demeanor, doe-like eyes, and imposing high. He's so cute. He looks very cute, doesn't he? He looks like a plushie almost. So this was the guy that rented out my recommended books on display window, huh? He definitely fit the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. He do. He kind of do. His pink hair also reminded me of Haruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessing over with Moth during our late night video calls. In fact, even the overall cut and style appeared vaguely similar to his. But thinking the hairstyle could have been trending right now or something. I just happened to be the last one to know about him. But now that I really had a good look at him, which proved difficult considering his towering height, the stranger also seemed to bear a near picture-perfect resemblance to the male lead from the webcomic I was reading. It's called Always With You. It involved the main character meeting the love of his life at a... Oh. Suppose we are kind of daydreaming when he's just like waiting to talk, right? As if noticing my spaced out look, the stranger absentmindedly scratches at his jaw while he waits for me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I've been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he'd been muttering to us quietly to himself. Wasn't expecting you to show up so soon. Sorry, hope I'm not bothering you. I was just looking for... His voice pulls me back to the present, and I hastily try to make sense of what he was spitting from his cherry-tinted lips. Oh. You can change his hair? I mean, can you? No, I want him to, like, have whatever hair he wants to have. Watching him struggle with his words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offered him a reassuring smile in return and an encouraging nod on my head. At that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a specific book, you see, but... And now he's playing with the end of his sleeves. Oh my god, oh my god, he has the bottom sleeves. Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god, he wears the sleeves like a bottom. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. Here, where is it? He wear the hoodie sleeves like a bottom. Wait. He does. Oh my god, he has the bottom sleeves. That's kind of funny. He's wearing the hoodie like a bottom. That's kind of funny. That is very funny. That is very funny. Now he's playing with the end of his sleeves. I feel a sudden urge to reach out and help and stop him. I find the action annoying, endearing, relatable, who knows? But instead, I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. Wow, even his mannerisms were eerily similar to Haruko's. The endearing awkwardness and the sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu. It almost felt like he walked straight out of the anime into this very library. And Moff is gonna freak out when I tell him about this later. The stranger in front of me takes in another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more. This time with a lot of confidence in his tone and a fire on his eyes. Hey Keon, how you doing as well? What is the world coming to? Well, wait a minute. We're dealing with the yandere, but he's dressing like a bottom. I mean, I have taken KO's lesson in top, bottom, and switch, because I've always been bad with these labels and I always kind of forget. So you know. You can be a shy tall bottom. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You could even be a shy top at it for all intents and purposes. You know what I mean? A subby top or something like that. I'm awful with these labels. I'm too dumb. I've only been bisexual since I was 24, so most of the time I'm still very, you know. I am not very knowledgeable of these labels. You know what I mean? You know, top yandere? You know, the go with the flow kind of thing. Have any books on native flora? The best I've found are on the generic wildlife, but nothing about Courtlands-based plants. Maybe I'm in the wrong aisle. I was looking for a book about the native flora. Perhaps I should introduce him to Violin. Chuckling to myself at the thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents of the shelf beside him. He almost seemed to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but showed no signs of moving away. In fact, he seemed to almost lean closer and incline his head towards mine. And had I not been preoccupied finding the book, I would have noticed how his breath hitches in his throat as my scent floods his senses. No, you are definitely in the right aisle. Those kinds of books are just more hidden, I guess. I step past him this time and make my way over to the lowest parts of the shelves. Absentmindedly, I run a finger across the spines of each book until I come across the contact into one book in particular. Then, bending over slightly, I pulled the book from the shelf and gave a cover a once-over before offering to the man behind me. Is this what you're looking for? Too preoccupied with the misplaced book on the bookshelf, who brings cookbooks to the nature owl, I barely noticed how his blue eyes trailed across my form before landing on the book held out in my outstretched hand. Oh my god, we are very oblivious, aren't we? Oh my god, he was just like thirsting us out, and he was like, yeah, sure, here's your book, my friend. Stupid people don't put the books in the right places. That is kind of funny. That is kind of funny that we're very clueless about it. And was it just me, or did he have a certain glint in his eyes? Was this book really that interesting? Or perhaps this tall stranger was just really into nature? Well, not that it mattered, because he was already taking a tentative step forward and revealing more of his hands from the depth of his long sleeves. With shaky fingers, I watched the stranger reach out and takes it from my grasp. He flips through a few pages to take in its contents before finally setting on the book with an affirmative nod. Yes, this was exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. I'm glad. You're like an angel sent down from heaven or something. You're so helpful and kind. So helpful. Kind too. What? I mean, you could call me Kindred. Stop booing me. You know I'm funny. Stop booing me. You know I'm funny. Delete that comment right now. That was a good joke. I'm funny. Delete that comment right now. I know you're going to be sassy about it. I am very funny. I'm professionally funny almost. You know what I mean? People pay me to be funny. Good job, Keen. See, thank you, Eddie. There you go. Thank you. I'm very funny. Thank you very much. I like to think that I am funny. I like to think that I'm very funny. That was awful. What? I didn't say that out loud. I didn't mean to. It must have been so weird. I'm sorry. Looked as though he was about to cry now, so I hastily threw my hands up in a comforting manner and shot him a reassuring smile. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I wasn't expecting somebody to say that about me, that's all. Really? Well, I figure it's true for what it's worth. I missed the joke, what? Don't worry about it, Tiny B. You really are like an angel. Thanks. Figuring out that was my clue to leave before things got awkward, I gave him one last friendly smile and suddenly glanced back towards the front desk. But the eccentric man showed no signs of moving. Instead, he just looked down at me expectantly. Did he want to continue the conversation? Seems unlikely, as he didn't say anything. He simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I cleared my throat for what had to be the millionth time today and gestured vaguely at the reception behind me. Well, if you need any help, I should... Oh. It's just getting weird now. Should I even attempt to continue this conversation or just leave? I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering he's apparently a regular patron in the library I worked at. But he wasn't making much of an effort either. What should I do? You want to keep talking to him? I want to tease him a little bit. Can I? Lie and end the conversation, excuse yourself, stare back at him, or talk to him. Oh, it doesn't give you the option to. What do you want to say? Sure. Give it a little bit. So, you come here often? Seriously, Kendra, is that the best you can come up with? Dang it. Now he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Yes, actually. I like visiting when I have some free time. Though I usually end up coming here just to hide away in the corner somewhere and look at you. Your book collection, huh? You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a library after all. Man, we are dense. This main character is dense as hell. God damn, okay. Sure, whatever you say, mister. Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. I guess you're right. You can call me Redacted. What? What the fuck? What? It's like he said something, but his voice was delayed. What was that even his voice? Was he speaking English? That was like, it almost felt like something that came out of a dream. How'd you do that? Do what? Anyway, you can just call me Ren if you'd like. Is it alright if I call you Kindred? Though Angel does suit you just as well. My personal opinion, at least. Seriously, what the hell just happened? Was I imagining things? Was it really flirting with me somehow right now? Are you okay? Yeah, I think. But how'd you know my name? I don't remember telling you. That boy, the quality of that pun made the stream crash down. Did it? I mean, here it's still going. Hey, Birdie. Ugh. As if to prove a point, he reaches out quickly, gently flicked the name tag and said, somehow forgot I had to put it on. Oh, Kindred is a cute name though. And really, really fun to say, especially over and over again. Okay, he's kind of showing his crazy. That's okay. He's kind of showing his crazy side. Right. Anyway, say, are you busy later? I'd love to thank you for helping me find this book. Seriously, what's up with this guy? One minute he's shy and the next he's bold. It's like he was putting up several fronts to see which one I responded better. Actually, I'll be busy this afternoon. I have to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound good. Can I ask why? Guess it wouldn't hurt to tell him. I mean, what is he gonna do? Personally show up on my doorstep and test a new lock himself? Apparently someone broke into my apartment last night, and I didn't even notice. I don't think they stole anything, but still, it's creepy. Figured it's best to better to be safe than sorry, you know? Yeah, but sounds like instead of a lock, you should just jump the scumbag when they least expected and beat him up to teach them a lesson. Okay, he's kind of... Why is he so violent as well? Such a cute looking, like... such a cute looking soft dude is like, you need to beat them up. Okay, bro. Is that what you read in your novels? Is that what you read in your comic books? They're not comic books, they're manga. Those are action figures, not... They're not cartoons, they're anime and manga. Is that what you're doing in little stories? That twink is crazy. That twink is fucking crazy. I mean, I like him a little crazy, but that's neither here nor there. Say a novel all night if you have to. Really get the edge on them. But I couldn't help but let out a genuinely chuckle at the suggestion. If I had to choose, then I guess that would be the side of him that I prefer. He seemed at ease, and his words weren't as forced or awkward. Yeah. Yeah? And who's gonna be the one to beat them up at 3 a.m.? Because last I checked, I'm not really the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know. Definitely not before the sun is up and shining. Could do it for you. You? But, I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and that's fine. I could tell you all about myself in the walk there. My story and everything. Where I was born, the school I went, how many kid librarians I've met. Which happens to be one so far. But I could even comment with sudden confidence. Ren seems to pick up on my discomfort at the choice of his words. Even if it was discomfort I was feeling, and hastily backtracks. Or not. I'm just messing around. Didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. They're not toys, they're figurines! I'm glad you got the reference. And what was it again? A subtle shift in his personality? But now that he mentioned, it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night. He definitely looked like he could hand up himself in a fight. His contrasting outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't that bad of an idea? I mean, I don't think we should. I just don't know you well enough for that. No, I'd really get it. I don't know why I suggested that in the first place. Right, now it's back to being awkward again. Well, anyway. Where is he? Kindred, there you are. Someone at the front desk is looking for you. And, oh, sorry, you busy right now? I can... Impeccable timing as always, Eleanor. No, it's fine. I think everything is already handled here, right? I give the two of them a soft smile before making my way towards the reception desk. But as I pass by Eleanor, I gently clasp her hand on her shoulder and shoot her a playful look of my own. If you need help, if you need any more help, I'm sure Eleanor here can assist you. She loves helping others, right? As I turn to leave, I barely miss but the way Ren's eyes zone and rested on Eleanor's shoulder. Okay, he's kind of yandere a little bit. He's kind of possessive a little bit. He looks very socially awkward, doesn't he? Hey, Sharky. I'm late again. Hello. You're a little bit late. Speaking of which, if you're watching this right now, don't forget to leave some likes. Leaving likes helps us show up more on the front page, and that's where most people see us. So if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. Leave a comment if you want to. I always reply to every single comment, so yeah. I greatly appreciate that. You know? But yeah. Hours seem to pass by in a blur, and soon enough I find myself resting up in the employees' lounge. My mind drifts back to the guy from earlier. I couldn't help but wonder what happened to him afterwards. Did he rent out the book I offered? What about my recommended novel of the week? Well, surely it was strange, to say the least. But I did have to admit he did seem to have seemed kind of cute with his oversized cardigan and timid demeanor. It still gave me off-putting vibes though, especially that ever-changing personality. I had to be completely honest, the shy and timid persona that he displayed felt rather forced to me. It's almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out himself. Well, it just happened to be one of his first victims, but who was I to call him out for it? That's his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. Hey, Conan. That's surely an interesting choice of outfit, isn't it? Kindred, is everything alright? It's not often I find you here in this time. Conan, my boss, startles me as he suddenly appears in the entranceway. Everyone summons is kind of a blessing of to this institution, because the moment he showed up, all forms of trouble seemed to disappear overnight. These low-life teens causing chaos everywhere, the rumored gangs became few and far between. At first I thought he might have been linked to these criminals because of his intimidating gaze and facial scars. Then I got to know him better and found out that actually he held a massive soft spot to those dear to him. Though, much like Eleanor, Conan felt like a father figure with how much he fretted over his staff and their well-being. I mean, he literally installed new air conditioning and water dispensers last week because one of his employees fainted due to heat stroke. It wasn't anything too major, but it was nice to know that our boss was considerate enough about the people he hired. I thought I could say the same about my old job in the city. His hair is so nice. He doesn't have nice hair. He seems like a chill dude as well. I mean, taking care of your employees is pretty respectable, you know? Conan was also nice to whenever I went on breaks. Would always encourage me to take as much time as I needed before I returned to my desk. But after realizing that, once again I've been spacing out, I pulled myself away from my thoughts and turned to my boss with an acknowledging smile. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just taking a short break. I'll be back out there soon. Take as long as you need. Don't overwork yourself. He seemed hesitant to leave. If the way he was shifting from one foot to another was any indication, he shoots me a concerned look before opening his mouth, only to close it once more in contemplation. I've seen Eleanor. I asked her to come see me regarding some unsorted novels in the storeroom, but she's yet to show up. Eleanor? Last time I saw her, she was talking to one of our patrons in LA. Maybe she's still there? I'll have to check again then. Thank you. Alright. Sounds about right. And that was odd. It wasn't like Eleanor suddenly go missing. Was she still occupied with Ren? It had been a while, so I figured she had been helping him but left by now. Oh well, I'm sure she would show up later, sooner or later. Ren didn't seem like a talkative person anyway. Jeez, why did my thoughts keep turning to that eccentric man? Alright. Mom got murdered. She did? Oh no, did she get murdered? Oh no! No, Mom! Deciding that I wasn't gonna waste my time thinking about any more pink-haired guys, my beloved huddled to go outside. I get up from the lounge and made my way back towards the front desk again. But once I arrived, I immediately noted that my chatty coworker was still nowhere to be found. It was just like my boss said. I know it wasn't anywhere to be seen, and it wasn't like her to leave the reception desk unattended for long. Maybe she just managed to lock over a pile of books again and was busy cleaning up. Certainly wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for her. Oh no. Did the twink kill her? Oh no. Well, whatever. I'm sure she'll turn up again soon. The impact from me plopping down on my office chair caused some papers around me to rustle, and a bright pink sticky note fluttering around captures my attention. Assuming it was left here by Eleanor, I peel the folded note off my computer screen and read it. You can throw these away if you want. Unfolding it, read the following. A number. That stuttering guy from LA. Did Ren leave this note? Was that his number? I had to admit he was a persistent fellow. Before I could allow Eleanor the chance to manifest behind me and tease me to the kingdom come, I pocket the note and go back to sorting through the stack of Return books left on the desk. What? Meta and aroma scan? I mean, this is a yandere game, so that is a possibility. We don't know it yet, but that is a possibility. You know what I mean? Walking home from work, I couldn't shake off the feeling that somebody was watching me from behind. Yet every time I turned around, no one was there. Felt like a pair of ears was watching my every move, which was strange, considering how I never noticed this when I first started walking from my own workplace. Maybe I was just imagining things. Maybe I was just too tired. Rolling my eyes at my own paranoia, I continued to walk, but I didn't make it that far before... Oh, Jay, Kindred. Heyo. Jay and Leon. Could recognize those boisterous voices anywhere. The first one belonged to Jay Hume, a guy I had met at university that sat next to me during the first few days of our orientation, and even offered to lend me his phone charger when my battery started to run out. He's a fun guy to be around, though his extroverted and energetic personality is often hard to keep up with. But Leon, the other guy, was awkwardly hanging off Jay's arms. It was a different story. We've practically known each other since we were babies, but he moved away from Cooling Bay when we were still in elementary school. I wasn't sure when he moved back to the Bay, but it was great knowing I was able to see him again. I just wish I could find the time to hang out with him just like we used to. But I was always busy with work, and he was always busy playing volleyball and taking care of his sick mother in the hospital. Aw, it was nice to have good friends. Before I knew it, I was being pulled over out of my thoughts by Jay's bubbly laughter. Hey, still with us? Hey, Kindred, finally finished with work? We're just about to head over to the club Shoreline. You want to come? I'm sure Leon wouldn't mind paying for you as well. Oh, I don't mind paying for him, but who said about paying it for you? I did just now. Thanks, Leon. You're the best. Sucks. That sounds like a great banter. I don't miss the way Leon rolls his eyes at Jay's antics before setting his gaze on me once more. You want to tag along? I don't mind playing if you do. Sorry, guys. As much as I love to, I'm kind of drained from work. Maybe another time. Duh. Hey, no worries, doll. Just make sure to take it easy when you get back home, yeah? He shoots me a considerate smile before throwing an arm over at Jay's shoulder. Well then, if you excuse us, I gotta find a way to get this knucklehead to cover his own entry fees. We can catch up at another time, okay? Alright, there he goes. I watched they both throw a carefree wave over their shoulders as they both head off in the direction of the nightclub a few blocks down the street. It was nice to see them again, especially since I had been so occupied with moving back home and settling in. Didn't feel that long, but 2 months, oh really, 2 months was a long time, and I somehow couldn't find a single chance to hang out with either of them. Oh well, there's always next time. Putting those thoughts to rest, I start making my way back home once more. It looks like it. Hey, Ven. Back home, the sound of my microwave meal and television filled with silence as I told Moth about my day. Like always, the webcam is always pointed towards the ceiling, and I could see half of their face in the frame. But I knew it was probably because they hadn't cleaned their room in a while. At the thought of that, I glanced towards my growing pile of laundry in the basket, and I make a mental note to take care of it the next day. But now that I was looking at it, when did I leave it so messy? And since when did I leave last night's week on load on top? Hello? After Kindred? You good? Sorry. What are you talking about? I was asking you about that dude from earlier. Like, I seriously can't believe he gave you his number. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Yeah, no kidding. Like, I literally couldn't even stutter a complete sentence, yet he was able to shoot out his shot like that? Maybe his, is really big. That's sort of pocket. Jeez, Moth. Well, I'm just saying. You let me know, right? If it's really big. I'm hanging up on you. Okay, I'm just kidding. But for real though, did you test them back yet? No. Thought you were supposed to make them wait a day or something. I don't want to seem too eager. So you saying you're eager? I mean, depends. Attention to everybody, he's eager as hell. And for a guy who doesn't even know how to grow a backbone, I'm not saying anything. Your neighbors will if you keep shouting like that. Oh, yeah. Look. If it were me, I'd text him back as soon as possible. Maybe even give him a call instead of a voice. instead if his voice was submissive and breedable. That's just sad it was. That's crazy. I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but he did look very submissive and breedable. Goddamn, that's crazy though. I literally never said that. If that's what you want to believe. Dang it, their laughter was contagious. That's kind of crazy. Are you still talking to me anyway? Go call your precious little Haruko 2.0. Got some webcomics I need to catch up. I mean, hey, if you want to read my webcomic, you know, Kindred Souls on Webtoon Canvas. Oh, speaking of webcomics, did you read the last chapter of Always But... Alright, hanging up now. See ya. But as I watched the green call button turn red, I've always been terrible towards my impulse control, but I adore them that way. Spinning around in my chair, I glance over my phone charging on the nightstand and decide to listen to Moth's words after all. Plopping on my bed, I scoop over my phone and unlocked it. I navigate the messages app and easily open a new contact to enter Ren's details. Moments seem to pass as I blankly stare at the phone number on screen. Before I could let myself stall any longer, I decided on what I should do. What, is that an actual comic? Yeah, I have an actual comic on Webtoon. I don't know if the one on the story is an actual comic, but the one that I said, I do have a comic on Webtoons, yes. Kindred Souls. I do. Send them a chat instead, call them, wait until tomorrow. What do I want to do? I don't know exactly. What do you guys say? What do you guys say? I'm trying to think which would be like a good option. Text them. Text is pretty casual. But I don't know if you want to seem desperate. I mean, everybody was very friendly. I suppose we should just send him a text. But it was almost 11 at night. Before I can give myself time to rethink, I should run a short text explaining who this was if he enjoyed his book. Yeah, that should do it. The response is almost immediate as my phone screen lights up in my hand. I quickly open up my messages app and check again. Hey Kindred, I'm reading through it right now. So far it was really good. Exactly what I expecting. Even the way he timed seems adorable. Hope this isn't too weird or anything, but I was kind of hoping you'd text back. Oh well, I'm glad you did, so thank you. Thanks for leaving your number. Send back a random meme. I'm gonna send a random meme. Every time I'm prompted the option of sending a random ass meme, I'll send a meme. I was thinking I sent Ren one of his memes I had stored in my camera roll. It barely takes him 10 seconds to reply, sending back a Haruko, laughing Haruko sticker and a heart. Oh, he knows about Attack on Giant. I said Attack on Titan. Did it really just OWO? He has been OWOing. He has. For I know my phone is buzzing in my hands once more. OWO, that's funny. That's very funny. Can I save it? Save it a lot. Lol. By the way, I was wondering if you were free tomorrow. Still wanted to thank you for helping me find that book. Oh, was he serious? Like a date? Seems undecided to what he wants, what to say, as the gray typing bubble keeps flashing on the screen. But it seems like minutes pass before he finally settles on a response. I mean, yeah, like a date, if that's okay with you. Can pick you up at your place tomorrow. We can visit the pier or something. Only if you're interested, of course. We can do whatever you want to instead if you prefer. I don't mind. My man playing a game of my other man. Ow. I was doing the posture check and that popped way higher than I was expecting. I mean, I'm bisexual, so I play a lot of visual novels. But yeah, we're playing possibly yandere, possibly killer, cardigan looking like cutesy oh boy. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today, Kimura. So we wanted to go on a date. Well, it's like I had anything planned for tomorrow. It was my day off after all. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. This game is really nice. Don't give me any spoilers. I'm still half of my way on the demo. Besides, can't even remember the last time I went out with someone, let alone on a date. Maybe going on a date with him wouldn't be such a bad idea. Besides, I didn't seem like that bad of a guy. Could we use this could maybe use this. I could even use this opportunity to get to know him even better. He certainly seemed interesting. With that in mind, I quickly texted him back with the address and my preferred time. Hardly a moment passes before I get a response. Okay, sweet. I'll pick you up at around 11 a.m. then. Ah, can't wait. Just saw the time. It's getting pretty late now. It's getting pretty late now, huh? I should let you get some more sleep. Sorry for keep you up so late, Kindred. Good night, and thanks again for all the help. After sending him a goodnight text of my own, I placed my phone down and crawled into a bed. Well, today definitely didn't turn out the way I was expecting, but at least I scored a day with a cute guy. With the sweet words in mind, I begin to drift. So Ren, huh? Wonder what tomorrow will bring. Oh, end of day 1. The next day will begin soon. Would you like to save your progress? Yes. Thank you. Save my progress. Waking up to the sounds of birds chirping outside and the sunlight filtering through my blinds, I groggily rub my eyes before absent-mindedly staring at the ceiling for a few moments. A lot has occurred last night. I still need to process most of it. But the main thing that plagued my mind was the date I had planned today with Ren. Oh. The guy had met in the library yesterday. Reaching over my nightstand to grab my phone, I casually checked the time, only to realize that I still had a few more hours to kill. Not only that, but I also apparently I received a message from Moff at some point in the night. At a glance, it appeared as though they were ranting about the newest episode of Always With You again, though I hadn't read the latest chapter yet, so to know all the details. Nevertheless, I read through the wall of text and memes with avid curiosity and even sent back a few of my own. Before I knew it, hours seems to pass by in a blur. Glancing back at the time with my phone once more, I noticed that it went from being 8 o'clock to 10:30. Is he gonna pick us up if he doesn't know our address? No, he does. We have sent him our address, yes. Hey, Filthy. We have sent him our address, yes. So he does know our address. Although it was implied that he possibly has invaded our room already. But we have told him our address, so he does know. 10:30. My date with Ren was supposed to be half an hour. I quickly let Moff know that I had to dip from the conversation before throwing my phone into the mattress and sprinting towards the bathroom. As I grab a fresh towel and a change of clothes from my wardrobe, my phone buzzes once more. Assuming it was yet another text from Moff, I put it up my passcode, but it waited me was a message from none of the Ren. Hi, good morning, Angel. Hope I didn't wake you up. Wake. It's so embarrassing knowing you're a librarian. I swear I can't spell, lol. Anyway, I just wanted to confirm whether you're still up from the date today. We can meet up at the beach walk if you are. It's not far away from this new cafe I wanted to check out. Ren's messages brought a smile to my face for some reason, and I assumed that it was because he seemed just as enthusiastic as I was for today. I sent back my own affirmative test alongside the smiling Haruko sticker before going back to my bathroom and getting ready for the day. One is very cute in the mule. He's a cutesy guy, isn't he? He gives me femboy vibes, but in like a really tall package, which is kind of funny. It's very funny. You know what I mean? Very, very demure. In the end, I did end up meeting Ren halfway via the boardwalk, and we decided to walk into to this recently opened cafe together for lunch. It wasn't far from my apartment anyway, but I figured I could do with a bit of exercise. He's built like those like how do I put it? He's built like those like kind of people that like the cozy gamer lifestyle. You know what I mean? Where it's like kind of dorky, kind of geeky, with loves taking care of plants, like the gender bent version of the first character we saw in this game, the blonde woman. You know what I mean? They're like built like same way basically. Baggy clothes, you know what I mean? Kind of shy. Turning to the side, I notice how the pink-haired man tries not so subtly to sneak side glances towards me. Yeah, I'm at the side practically inches to reach out, and if I knew any better, I would assume he wanted to hold my hand. But instead, he simply tucks his hands into my pockets and shoots me yet another soft smile. The weather is really nice today, huh? The word you're looking for is introvert. No, it's not introvert. Introvert is a part of it, but that's not the word that I'm looking for. It's like a very specific archetype where it's like super cottagecore, super like softy, very pink, very pastel, That's the kind of like lifestyle that I'm like talking about. And there are different kinds of introverts, you know what I mean? Not everything is, you know, soft boy. Soft boy is closer. Soft boy is closer. You know what I mean? Back to small talk, it seems. Sure is. If I had known it'd be this nice and sunny, I would have suggested spending the day at the beach instead. Damn, he looks so breedable. Who said that? In the game, our friend did call him breedable, submissive and breedable. So yes, they actually did mention him being breedable. You're not even... you were very out of pocket in my chat, Ingrid, but you're actually not even wrong. They did mention... they did mention the... him being, you know, submissive and breedable. Yeah, I could really go for a swim. Maybe even check out the rock pools. It's been for since a while since I've been here. Oh, that does sound like fun. Kindred! At the sound of my name being called, I turned my heels and only to find Leon running up to me with a sports bag full of what I assume to be his volleyball gear. Hey, yo, Sunfish. Good to see you out and about this early. I was just on my way out to the beach to meet up with Hey June and Tio. Want to tag along? And hey, who's this? I don't think we met before, mate. Name's Leon, Kira's bestest friend in the whole wild world, yeah? I playfully roll my eye at Leon's words and give him a slow, reluctant nod. Keep telling yourself that, but this is my friend Ren. We actually met. Sunfish? Oh, yeah. Sunfish is the cheesy nickname that Leon gave me when we were kids. I don't really like it either, to be honest. So Sunfish and Ren, was it? Nice to meet you. Hope we can get along and become good friends too. Actually, hey, if you're both free right now, why don't we go to the beach? I can introduce you to Jay and Angelfish. Oh, Angelfish and I were about to go on a date, actually. Angelfish? A date? I don't miss the way Ren suddenly pulls my arm close to his side. Not the way he clings onto me as though I would suddenly disappear. You're going on dates again, dog? That's good for you. Glad to see you're coming out of your shell again. Take good care of him for me, yeah? Want your bed? What do you think I've been doing since you've moved away? Oh? Like me, Leo seems to barely notice Ren's mumbling as he rests an arm over my shoulder and starts tugging at me in the direction of the beach. Ren, on the other hand, still latches onto my arm but doesn't seem to move. Still can't believe my Sunfish is out there in the dating scene again. Feels like a proud father. Oh, please, we're barely the same age. He's very possessive for somebody this shy, isn't he? He's very possessive for someone being this shy. You look so breedable. Who said that? Eleanor, mom, or as she was calling her, is still missing, that we know. Could be that I'm reading too much into that. It is true. Does it mean that he's the one being bred? Or is he the one using to breed? I mean, we are, man. And you can. I mean, listen. Last time that I played a novel with a softy-looking character, I was like, boy pregnancy. You just gotta plow that boy pussy until you get it pregnant. And it did work. We did get the date with death guy pregnant, technically, with the soul baby. So I'm just saying, you just gotta keep plappering, you know what I mean? You just gotta believe in the power of the yaoi, and then it kind of just works its way out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to lower my phone volume. Whose stream do you think you were watching? Whose stream do you think you were watching? Do you remember last time? What is his name again? What was his name again? He kept calling us Sunshine. I forgot his name now. What was his name? I forgot now. Fuck, what was it? Damn it, man. I'm trying to remember now. Wanted to ask again if you meant Casper. Yes, Casper. I date with death. Of course I'm talking about Casper. Who else was I talking about? Of course I'm talking about submissive and breedable ghosts. We did get the boy pregnancy with Casper. I'm just saying, you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep trying. Every step of the way, you just gotta keep trying. And eventually you get there. You know what I mean? Not with that attitude, you won't. Exactly. Perfect. Like a proud adopted father. Leo pretends to wipe a tear away from his eyes and leans further into my shoulder. It was only then that I noticed Ren wasn't following us. Turning around, I reach out to grab his hand instead of tugging him along. He immediately seems to perk up at the action and intertwines his fingers with mine before falling into a step. All right. As fun as it was to catch up with my proud adopted father, who's the same age as me, which kind of makes things weird. Ren and I do need to get going. Oh, yeah, of course. Didn't mean to take up much of your time. He hooks his arms from around my shoulder and inclines his head towards the beach one more time. My offer still stands. You want to catch up some more time? I'll be down by the beach with... Oh, there's another guy. I like his tattoos, though. Okay. Tio. Oi. Speak of the devil. Almost like he appeared from thin air. Theodore, or rather Theo, emerges from somewhere behind Leon and makes his way towards the three of us. Though unlike most of my friends, he's not happy about this. He is not happy about everybody else's attention. Though unlike most of my friends here in Colin Bay, I actually met Theo in the city a few years ago. Back when I used to live there, in fact. It was through our mutual friend Jay. Apparently they have both known each other since the beginning of middle school. But even after graduating and moving on to university, the pairs were still practically inseparable. According to Jay, Theo would always show up at the campus to pay him a visit. Though if I was being honest, I'm sure Theo only did it to antagonize some of the students on the staff there. Look, Kendra, you're in the game. I wish. I don't have that much tattoos. The tattoos do kind of look like mine, but this is not exactly the same style. It's more of a tribal style. Mine is pointillism. It looks like one of the OCs that I had Nyla make for one of the videos as well. I do like the snake tattoo as well. Definitely wasn't out of the ordinary for him to notice something like that. Plus, for me a lot of insight on the whole assertive yet nonchalant attitude he liked to put on. First time I ever witnessed it was when Theo found me sitting alone in the cafe. I still remember sitting there slack Joan as he practically shoved my laptop bag onto the side before sitting down and taking a sip of my drink like it was his own. The satisfied grin from seeing my displeasure said everything, and had he not offered to buy me another drink, I certainly would have thought that would have told Theo to get lost and bother somebody else. Before I can reminisce this any further, I hear the sound of Theo's footsteps drawing it closer and pulls me back to the present. I watch as he walks up to us with a confident smile, before he purposely bumps into Ren, with the sole purpose of sending him tumbling down into the metal railing behind him. Luckily, Ren managed to catch his footing in the last second, sending Theo into an annoyed scowl of his own. I mean, that's kind of rude. Get me? Sorry about that. Not sure how I missed your bright-colored children mascot. Hey, alright, no need for that. Despite Leon's tone, Theo barely pays the shorter male any mind, seeming far more interested in Ren instead. Let me guess. You're dressed up as Betty the Buttercup? The 4-year-old cousins would love you. Hey, knock it off, mate. What's your problem? I don't know. What's yours? Practically feel the tension between the two girls, so I decided to step in. Maybe you should introduce each other first before trying to glare at each other to death. Theo, this is Ren. This is my... well, I'm his boyfriend. That's certainly one way to put it, especially without bringing it up with me beforehand. At his words, I should ran a confused glare, but a determined look on its face had me biting my words. Okay, anyway, Theo, this is... I should introduce him to Ren. Ex-boyfriend? Fling? Never seen this man in my life. I've never seen this man in my life. You guys are hilarious. But as I try my best to clear off the air of any confusion. Alright, Theo's just a friend I made back in the city. You wouldn't know who's hilarious. Buttercup's outfit over here. You just call me? Okay, enough. Look, why don't you just drop this, yeah? You're willing to stop trying to pick up fights with everyone, man. Don't get your panties in a twist. I seriously doubt Buttercup is capable of harming a fly, let alone throw a decent punch. What an asshole. I don't like Theo. Theo's been kind of an asshole, doesn't he? There's a limit between like being like a lovable asshole and just like a straight up like loser. You know what I mean? That's kind of, I don't like him. Hey Devil, how you doing as well? I don't like it. I don't fuck with that. You can drop the nickname. Yeah, I think Dollface over there would drop you instead. Besides, the nickname is kind of cute. Matches the style pretty well, don't you think, Buttercup? You could see Rance clench into a fist as he advances towards Leo, but thankfully Leon steps in once more. Seriously, why don't we all cool off, yeah? I think we're getting a bit too heated. Look, we're going to head down the beach. I don't miss the way Leon sends Theo a sharp glare. You sure don't want to join us, Kindred? I promise to make sure Theo stays on his best behavior. Sorry, Leon, but I've already made plans with Ren. And seriously, I seriously doubt they will be able to get along. You know how Theo can get. Yeah, you've got a point there. Alright then. Yeah, I don't like Theo. Theo, it's kind of a loser. Kind of loser behavior. Loser behavior. Insecure. Leans close to me, as if he didn't want the other two eavesdropping. If anything happens, I'll be in the area. Just come find me, okay? I will. Thanks, Leon. Gave his arm a soft squeeze and turned my attention back to Ren. But by the way he looks at us, I can only assume he didn't know how close I was standing to my childhood friend. Well, that could have been because Theo was also still around, and honestly, I couldn't blame him. Regardless, I reached for his hand once more and tugged him towards the cafe, making a point of ignoring Theo's crass words as we went along. I barely noticed how Ren's mood immediately changes when my attention is back on him, and he follows along like a lost puppy. See if Theo goes missing. Theo's definitely gone missing. Shame that, like, the mom friend, like, I don't like that the mom friend, like, got missing because, like, come on, she's the mom friend. She's just being, like, nice. I mean, she's kind of my type, but, you know. But, like, Theo, I would not mind at all if he went missing. If he had gone missing, you know what I mean? We eventually arrived at Driftwood Cafe, and the smell of fresh pastries and brewed coffee floods my senses as it wafts through the open windows. And just as I thought, the cafe looked as though it had only been recently opened, although it didn't seem as busy or crowded as I anticipated. Pulling me from my thoughts, Ren's usher into one of the empty tables before he goes off to make an order with a pleased look on his face. It was a bit strange how I didn't want to look at the menu first, but I chalked it up with him wanting to surprise me. He's barely gone for 5 minutes before he returns once more, taking a seat in front of me with a huff. A comfortable silence washes over us, as I watch as he absentmindedly fiddles with the ends of his hair. Was he still concerned about what Theo said about his appearance earlier? Maybe it would be a good idea to take his mind off of it. Hey, Ren? Almost immediately he perks up with wide eyes. How'd you manage to keep your hair so fluffy? It always looks good, so good. Ren seems to flush instantly at my words, and he sheepishly ducks his head to lower his... He sheepishly ducks his head lower to hide his reddening cheeks. You like it? I usually just angle a blow dry below my chin and blast the heat. It just stays like this afterwards. Probably gonna go missing later. Yanderes don't give their beloved attention, so mom, friend Helena had to go low. Oh, that seems kind of a little bit extra. Don't need to use any of the products or anything? Not really. Just when I thought I got over his timid personality, he slowly came crawling back. Was this really who he was? I must have taken my silence as a lack of response, seeing as he tries striking up another conversation. So, where's Scott going good for you, huh? Finally got that promotion. Yeah, I did. I was honestly surprised when I first got my promotion, considering how it only moved back here recently. But Eleanor has been really helpful by showing me the ropes and... Wait, how'd you know I get promoted? Oh, your coworker told me about it yesterday after you left. Eleanor, right? She seems really proud of you. Anyway, what you saying about her showing you the ropes? Barely noticed how he managed to change the conversation back to me, as I recounted all the times Eleanor has helped me through my first week in working at the library. It eventually reached to a point where I feel like I had been talking for hours, and it wasn't until something caught my eye that it did finally stop. Oh, look at the cute puppy. Goth style is pretty cool. You got something in your hair? Oh, sorry, what were you saying? Which one do you want to choose, Chad? I kind of want to choose the goth, just to see if he would change his style. I would definitely want to see that. Hey, Elmer, how you doing as well? I'm from the Philippines. How you doing, my friend? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Goth. I want to see if he changes his style if we choose the goth. Do you want to? I want to see if that works. Goth style. He also glances out the window and follows my line of sight before landing on a person walking by. We're decked out head to toe with heavy makeup, platform boots, and clothing you only find in stores like Hot Topic. Ren's eyes seemed to follow their form until they out of sight, and the impassive look on his face made me curious. It is kind of cool. Do you like that kind of style? Because I always thought you preferred something softer. And Order 25? Oh, that's us? Wait right here. I'll be right back. before I could get a word in. Ren was always jumping out of his seat and meandering his way towards the kiosk. Really was a sight to behold, seeing Ren tower over most other customers who were waiting in line. Even the cashier herself, who seemed to be at least 6 feet tall, had to crane her neck upwards to look at him. How tall is this guy? Goddamn, okay. Hey, Pretty Savage. This softy-looking, submissive and breedable guy, possibly a yandere, possibly have killed 2 people. One person. And we're going on a date with him so far. But yeah. He seems himself back in the original spot with a pleased smile and begins to lay out the dishes in front of me. Oh, this is delicious looking scone, a chocolate croissant, big slice of cake, or sugary cookie. Let's go with the cake. Generous slice of cake sits next to my beverage. I could almost hear my stomach rumble at the side. Let Ren know this was my favorite thing to order. Granted, it wasn't like I've been to the Driftwood Cafe before. This was usually what I would order at any other cafe. It was honestly like he could read my mind. What's even more mind-boggling is that he didn't even need to look at the menu beforehand. Which is like he knew. Don't forget your drink. And shoots me another gentle smile before placing my drink before me. No way. And another drink. Can of soda. The fizzy drink was certainly appealing, especially considering that it was my favorite flavor. Just like the ones I usually buy on my way to work sometimes. Hope this is okay. Fortunately, the cafe doesn't have much to offer, judging from the menu I saw online. So that's how he know what to order. Okay. Ren is canonically 6'5". God damn. Okay. That's crazy tall. God damn. All right. Jesus. That's crazy. I mean, I'm 6 foot and I'm not even that tall, but like, God, that damn 6'5" is crazy. He could be playing basketball for all intents and purposes. It makes more sense knowing that he's 6'5" for him to be this slender. When you're super tall like that, it's a little bit harder to put muscle mass because basically it just spreads out. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. I even tried asking for napkins earlier. I don't think they ever heard me. Maybe I should try that again. I'm not so bad for him, but also grateful for ordering me something that I would normally eat at a cafe. I might make sure everything's on the table before putting the tray aside. It was then that I noticed what he ordered for himself. On the plate, I saw a strawberry sweet roll alongside a cup of coffee that was an alarming shade of black. He seemed to pick up on my inquisitive stare, if the innocent tilt of his head was anything to go by. You want my meal instead? We can swap if you want. I don't mind. It's supposed to be a date, right? Deciding him to tease a little, I shoot Ren a sly grin. That's okay. You could offer me a bite instead. Ren almost seems to combust on the spot as his cheeks turn red, and he almost chokes on his own spit. He looks down at his food before glancing back at me, only to look down once more and to scoop up a bite-sized piece of his food. I watch as Ren's cheeks turn a deep shade of red while he brings his fork close to me. Not wanting to seem like a coward, I lean in and take a bite. As a test, reach for his ear, make him flustered. We adore a skyscraper soft boy. That's tall as fuck. That is crazy tall, isn't it, Venom? Jimmy, try some. Pink-haired man seems to awkwardly long staring contest with his own fork before scooping up in yet another small piece and taking a bite. When cheeks is still scarlet red and he seems almost fidgety with how his legs keeps bouncing under the table, but it's like take pity on him and not tease him for it. With a knowing smile, I start digging into my own meal with a pleasant hum. Okay, that's a nice little date. That's a cute little date, isn't it? Eventually, we ended up finishing our meals and decided to do a bit of window shopping to pass the time. I had nothing else to do, and Ren seems insistent on spending the rest of his day with me, so I agreed. I passed a few clothing stores, ice cream stands, surfboard rentals, and many other interesting buildings, though this is nothing that caught my interest. But just as I thought I'd lose all hope, one store in particular catches my eye. Oh? What is that transition? On one of the display windows, I spot a cute little rabbit plushie in style of Haruko's likeness. I mean, it even came with his limited edition sorcerer outfit and everything. Couldn't believe they were selling these things here, of all places, at such a cheap price too. When things take notice of I was not so subtly gawking at, before I could enter the store, a cashier walks in front of the display and blocks our view. She drops a box of miscellaneous items at her feet and begins stalking the shelf next to her plushies, before she finally notices us standing by the window. I don't miss the ways widen at Ren, obviously taking into an immediate liking to him, and almost shamelessly pushes a strand of hair behind her ears before giving him a small wave. Thinking a glance at the taller man beside me, I noticed how Ren wasn't paying any attention to her, instead of keeping himself busy by scratching his jaw and kicking at the stray cobblestone rocks by his feet. But the cashier seemed adamant about getting Ren's attention, considering how she felt the need to abandon her spot at the shelves and make her way towards us. Hi there, welcome to Seaside Trinkets. My name is Olivia. Can I help you with anything? Did I do that? No, it's a go. Oh no, we're just looking around, but thanks for the... We recently got some new beachwear merch if you're interested in checking them out. Was she seriously ignoring me? Oh, you kind of look like somebody I know. Have you met before? Maybe we went to the same school. Me? I don't think so. Olivia would have definitely remembered a face like yours. Actually, now that I got a good look at you, I watch as she shamelessly takes in Ren's appearance before crossing her eyes over her chest and leaning back. You also remind me of one of the characters from a cartoon that have been gaining a lot of traction here. Apparently, one of the locations from the show is based on Conland Bay's main beach. Are you talking about Attack on Giant? Is that the name of it? Then yeah. I don't really know much about those cartoons, but our company recently started selling some merch of it to entice the tourists. You want to come inside and take a look? Actually, do you want my number as well? Here. You had this prepared? Of course. You always need to be ready in case any cuties walk into the store. Well, I wouldn't want to sound like a hypocrite or anything. Ren looks at me with a shy, knowing look before he hesitantly reaches out and takes the piece of paper. Hey, love person. How you doing as well? A hypocrite. Oh, right. The man did leave his number on that pinky sticky note yesterday. Almost forgotten about that. But did he have it prepared beforehand? Admittedly, he thought the thought was kind of endearing. Although, before I had the chance to dwell on it any further, Ren cuts me off by suddenly handing me Olivia's number. Wait, what? He didn't want to pocket her number. Glancing up at the pink-haired man, I press him for answers. Huh? My confusion must have been blatantly obvious since Ren was quick to explain his intentions. With a mischievous grin, he leans close to whisper in my ear. Maybe we could prank call her later. Teach her not to give her number out to strangers. But isn't that what you did to me, Ren? I might just tease and smile with the other one. Touché, but I haven't received any prank calls from you, duh. Don't jinx it. Just as Ren lets out a puff of laughter at my joke, Olivia cuts him off. Hello, I'm still here. Oh, right, sorry. Anyway, how'd you got my number? I got your attention. I think it's only fair I show you around the store. I don't do justice for anybody, you know. Ren doesn't seem to answer her initial question, nor does he seem to outright respond her. Instead casts an inquisitive glance in my direction. It was like he was asking me for my opinion. I can only assume it's because he knew about my interest in anime. Although it was thoughtful of him to do that, I kind of want to tell that rude worker off instead. Did he really want him to do that? What was wrong with me? I'm sure the cashier just took an interest in him. There's nothing wrong with that. Not like we're a couple anyway, but we were supposed to be on a date right now, and Ren did declare himself as my boyfriend earlier. I just assumed he said that in order to get Teal off my back. Does that mean he was feeling the same way as me? Was jealously on his mind when he talked to Leon and Teal earlier? Wasn't sure how to feel about this new discovery. Kindred? Huh? You want to get a look at the items? We still got a bit of time left to kill. Here, why don't I show you our most recent stock? I haven't shown this to the general public yet, but I'm sure you'll love it. Val, Warren, and Olivia, what was the name, reaches out for Ren's arm and practically drags him inside the store. He lets out a surprised sound before leaning back and trying to grab a hold of my own arm, but I was just out of reach. There was nothing else I could do but watch as Ren helplessly gets pulled into the store. It's back here in the stock rooms. Usually we don't allow customers downstairs, but you're a real hottie, so I'll let you take a sneak peek. Oh, actually, I'm good. Don't worry, we won't get caught. I'm sure your boyfriend won't mind if I borrow you for a bit. I'll even throw you some cartoon stickers for you. Some of those cartoon stickers for you. Surely that will make it worth your time. The wink she sends him felt a little bit excessive, and honestly, I would have wished Ren turn around so I could gauge his reaction. But instead, he leans in close to her face and whispers in a hushed tone that barely hear from my spot outside the store. If he wasn't right now, I would have down the stairs without it. Honestly, there's nothing more I'd rather do. Huh? In my current position, I looked as though they were having an intimate conversation, but I felt the sudden urge to look away. I was like getting bothered by this. I know we aren't exactly together, but Ren shouldn't be flirting off with other people when dating someone else. I would never want to be in a relationship with somebody who wasn't considerate of my feelings, and up until now, I honestly thought that Ren would have had a chance. Guess I was wrong, but still, there was this nagging voice at the back of my head that kept telling me not to give up on him so easily. Ren was the one who confidently stood his ground when Tio got a bit suggestive, so maybe I should do the same. Would he even mind? Before I can stop myself, my feet start to move on autopilot as I march towards the two of them and reach for Ren's sleeve. I give it a hesitant tug and swear I could almost feel the relief wash over his body because of it. Ren's entire demeanor seems to change in that moment, and he turns around with a relieved smile on his soft features. I don't really have any interest in this store. Can we go somewhere else? Yeah, of course. But chat, hi Benin. Glad to see you around. Come around tomorrow. Wait, hold on. Ren carelessly shoves Olivia's outstretched hand aside and gently places an arm over my shoulder instead. And just like that, he was already guiding me out of the store and back into the busy street. I can hear Olivia splutter out confused sounds as she watches the two of us leave, and I suddenly felt guilty for causing a rift between them. Oh. I mean, he did seem like he was saying some crazy shit, like just she was gonna stab him or something. He was gonna stab her or something like that. No matter how many times I tried to brush it aside, I still couldn't get my mind off of what had occurred earlier. What if Ren was interested in her? Granted, he probably shouldn't have blatantly flirted on her on a date with me, but he wasn't exactly the most confident guy. He would still be able to talk to her again if things didn't work out between us. No, I shouldn't be thinking like that. Peering up to gauge his expression, I noticed how he didn't really look all that upset about leaving her. If anything, he seemed rather content to be walking down the street with my fingers intertwined with mine once more. I can feel him give my hand a protective squeeze as he looks down at me with his soft blue eyes, and all my worries melt away. Maybe I did make the right choice after all. Might have been selfish, but it was worth having Ren look at me with such a gentle expression. Eventually, the sun starts to set behind the ocean as Ren and I continue to walk along at the beach walk. Most of the conversations was geared towards me and my interests again, but every time I tried to learn more about Ren, he always seemed to divert the conversation back to me once more. He seems like very, very aggressive for somebody that dresses this soft, you know what I mean? Am I getting the wrong feeling, or is that like you guys are getting that vibe as well? Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like if you can. Leaving likes helps us show up more on the front page, and that helps us more people see our stream. If you can, it doesn't cost you anything to leave a like, so I would greatly appreciate that, you know? So much I'll tell you everything about me. No, you're accurate. It's kind of giving me in there. Then the Ren would subtly pick at the sleeves of his cardigan whenever he got nervous, or he would scratch his jaw whenever the conversation strayed down a path he didn't feel comfortable with. His little quirks told me more about himself than the dead-end conversations that only led back to me. And with the current, and I was content with knowing more about him than I did yesterday. Hey Alex, how you doing as well, my friend? Ren no longer felt like a stranger I had met at the library, but rather someone I could consider a friend. Except friends aren't supposed to get jealous whenever they see them flirt with somebody else. Jeez, what's wrong with me? It'd only been 2 days and I was already complaining whether or not I truly saw Ren in a romantic light. Think you get a customized persona based on your choice of the victims? I'm thinking getting killer vibes. That's kind of funny. Was I going too fast? All these thoughts were starting to get a bit overwhelming and... Angel? Hello? Huh? You're spacing out on me again. There's that look again. He's peering down at me with so much adoration in his eyes. If I didn't know any better, I would think that he was already halfway in love with me. But that was a very conceited thought and probably wasn't even true. So sorry, I was just thinking about things. I'm going to share those things with the rest of the class. Sends me a playful smile and a gentle nudge to my side, and I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was all a facade. That's kind of what gives me. When did we suddenly become so comfortable with each other? When did we lose that stutter? It's nothing really. Maybe a bit embarrassing, but, well, I was wondering. How do you feel about... My sense gets cut short when a drop of rain lands on my cheek. Instinctively, I look up and find myself wondering how I didn't notice those dark clouds in the sky sooner. All of a sudden, more droplets fall down, until all but pouring rain and forcing everyone in the area to find cover. Over here. Ren doesn't seem to pay much attention when he grabs me by the hand and pulls me underneath one of his awnings of a nearby building. He shields me from the rain with his body, and I couldn't help but feel tiny with the way his arms cage me as he rests him against the wall. Oh, we're doing a kabedon, are we? Oh, yeah. That's kind of funny. We're doing a kabedon. I haven't seen those in a while. Oh? We look at each other in silence for a brief moment before erupting in laughter. Perhaps it was because of the adrenaline from all the panic running, or the fact that Ren's hair was starting to lose its fluffiness. But I couldn't hold back. From letting out a fit of giggles. This only seems to spur Ren on. This only seems to spur Ren on as well, until we were both wheezing out our lungs and gulping down air. Can't remember the last time I ran that fast. Me too. The looming sound of thunder echoes from afar and drowns out our laughter until we're both silent once more. Once we both calm down, Ren moves further away from the rain before casting a glance behind him. Wait here. I'll buy us an umbrella so we can get out of this rain. You'll be soaked. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I roll my eyes at this corny joke and send him off with an amused smile. Yeah, every transition, there's always like some numbers going outside. That's kind of weird, isn't it? He doesn't look back before he makes a mad dash into the rain and down the street towards the closest convenience store. Though the rain only seems to get heavier as the moment he leaves, I find myself pressing even further against the wall behind me to avoid the recoil of the rain bouncing off the pavement. There wasn't much for me to do while I waited for Ren to return, aside from watching the people scramble out around for shelter. And just like that, the carefree sounds of laughter echoing from down the street capture my attention as I walk. Leon, Teal, and Jay all run to cover like their life depended on it. Although it seems as though their beach outing got cut shorter as well. Glancing back once more, I barely make out the figures of Leon using his bag as a makeshift umbrella as he ducks under one of the awnings of an ice cream stand. Giving hacking vibes. Is he breaking the fourth wall? Is he like breaking the fourth wall are we having a male Monica? Is it gonna have an option that is just Monica? That would be kind of funny, isn't it? Oh, we can see where our friends are. Not me with all my coffee. Oh, we can see our friends. Okay, so she is still in the map. Then you have the tits on that man. Holy moly. Is she talking about me or is she talking about him? I can't tell. That's a crazy status, goddamn. BTB spotted at the beach. I have no idea what that is. Is she talking about... Wait, who is she talking about? There's a lot of big titty individuals in this game. That's kind of funny. It's just like missing a wallet. Yeah, that's my wallet. That's some crazy status. New episode, don't talk to me right now. That's kind of funny. Those status are really fucking funny. And we can see is this the friendship levels? I think this might be our friendship levels. Wait, so we can date other people as well. That's kind of fun. Okay. While Theo and Jay trail behind me at a leisurely pace, kicking and splashing water at each other in the rain. I had to look away the moment Theo started to remove his shirt, and I had an inkling that it was so he could show off. Oh, and hey June, Jay Hune, you probably follow along without a care in the world, because that's what he always does when it came to his friends. Part of me felt like calling out to the group and see if I could wait out the storm alongside them, but they all seemed to be enjoying themselves, and I didn't want to get in between that. Plus, I did promise Ren I'll wait for him here. Even if he's taking his sweet time. Was he ever going to return? There was no sign of him or his comfy-looking cardigan, and I was beginning to wonder if he really did ditch me. After all, it must have been like 15 minutes by now. What if he got caught up into something? What if he went to see that cashier lady again? The store did happen to be on the same street, but after spending the afternoon with Ren and getting to know him, I concluded that he wasn't the type of person to do such a thing. Plus, that would be really low blow considering he was the one to offer to take me out on a date today. Although if I'm being honest with myself, it did seem like as though they had chemistry. Especially while she looked at him, touched his arm as though it was the most natural thing in the world. Apparently she apparently knew him as well. At least, he looked recognizable enough. Why did that make my blood boil? Thankfully, the rain was there to cool me off, as well as soak the ends of my outfit and make everything feel damp and uncomfortable. Okay, was Ren really coming back? Shouldn't take this long to buy an umbrella. What do we do? Do we walk home or do we wait? I mean, suppose it is just 15 minutes. Let's wait for him a little bit. Maybe something did come up. I'm sure he'll come back. As if on cue, I spotted a familiar patch of pink hair from within the misty rain, frankly sprinkled with an umbrella in hand and bag under the other. Angel? Kindred? Ah! He almost slams into me, just stopping just in time. I could tell the way he was wheezing that he went all the way back here without stopping. Sorry, I thought I almost lost you there for a second. It was so hard to see in this weather. Jesus, man, what took you so long? Almost wanted to cuss him out for taking well over 20 minutes to buy a single umbrella, but the genuinely apologetic look on his features made me hold my tongue. Sorry, I ran into your friends from earlier, which took me forever to shake them off. And the convenience store ended up closing earlier due to this sudden weather change. So I had to go on that awful souvenir shop with that obnoxious clingy cashier again. I was talking a mile a minute. I was worried you end up biting his tongue. Wait, did it kill the cashier? Did it kill the cashier? Hopefully not. I gently raise a hand to signal him to calm down, and his intense monologue soon comes to a halt. Well, sorry about making you wait so long, but ta-da! I did manage to get an umbrella, among other things as well. He gives out a small twill in his hand, suddenly droplets of water all over the place. You can start heading back home if you want, unless you want to go somewhere specific. Hey, Mamba Bear, how you doing as well? Hope he does, because I'm the jealous type, lol. I mean, I don't know who's more jealous, though. I mean, I suppose he is, right? Good, I'm going along. You can go to your apartment, you can go to mine. Where do you want to go? Well, my place isn't far. We could wait out the store out there if you like. We even have a heater and dryer if we could use. The image of me sitting in front of a warm, cozy heater was too hard to resist. I ended up agreeing with Ren's suggestion. Alright, sure. Sounds like a fun time. Despite the heavy downpour of rain, we managed to make it to Ren's apartments complex in one piece. Guess he really wasn't lying when he said his apartment wasn't far from mine. But judging from the pristine interior of fully functioning elevators, his building seemed to be in far better shape compared to my apartment. The elevator ride could have been a little less awkward though, if it weren't for the slow ascendant tacky music. Or the fact that Ren deemed it appropriate to shake his head like a wet dog and get water droplets everywhere. Okay. Once the elevator doors slipped open, I was immediately met with a grandiose corridor and large spacious doors. I found myself wondering how much it would cost to live in a place like this. Don't look too hard at how messy my place is, okay? Wasn't expecting to have somebody over today, so I didn't bother cleaning up. Sure, it's not as bad as my place, or the entire apartment I live in for that matter. Oh, that bad. Maybe you could live with me instead. Sorry, did you say anything? But no, I mean, I was just thinking. It's a bit strange that nobody lives on this floor aside from me. I'm really not sure why, but I'm not going to complain. Can make as much noise as I want and nobody would notice. When he shoots me a mischievous grin, I find myself wondering what he meant by that. Like loud music and stuff? Or music, movies. Yeah, something like that. He unlocks the door with an electronic card attached to his keychain. And the moment the door swings open, I let out an audible gasp. And doesn't even seem fazed by the silence as he flicks the lights and walks into his own home, but I could stand the interest into his locker in shock. Yes, foyer. He had a whole damn foyer in his apartment. Is this even an apartment? Surely a penthouse would have made more sense. Holy crap, Learn. Is there something wrong? What is it? I know the decor is kind of tacky, but it came with the apartment, and I haven't found the time to do anything else about it yet. Sorry, but are you the long-lost heir of a billionaire or something? This place is huge. And hello, is that marble? No, I just get paid a lot for my job. Enough to afford rent, at least. And I don't think I've asked you this, but what exactly is your job? Is he a killer? Is this a serial killer? Guess you could say I'm a programmer? I don't know. Just taking a few jobs every so often. Nothing super fancy or anything. Nothing super fancy, Ren. You have marble flooring. Leaving the newly discovered programmer at the entrance, I curiously venture further into his apartment. Almost a pain in the rear to clean out too. Oh, Angel, do you want some slippers? The floors can get cold. Your shoes are probably soaked too, right? Is he a hacker man? Is that the numbers? Is he a hacker man? Turned around and I noticed Ren opening a small closet and pulling out a pair of dark house slippers. He looks at me with a curious expression, but makes no effort to hand them over. Only if you want them. I'll take them, but only because they look like they're Gucci. Ren lets out a puff of laughter through his nose at my joke, but he doesn't seem to deny it. But these reels are really from a luxury brand? As I put them on, I noticed they weren't exactly my type. It made me wonder if I had bought a bunch of expensive house slippers in various sizes. Is that because I chose my hair, my clothes? Did his house change based on the style that I chose? Maybe if I had chosen like a more comfy clothing, the house would change. That is really cool, actually. That is actually really cool. Hey, Rafi, how you doing as well, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Make yourself comfortable. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, do leave a like. If you're watching this on TikTok, I'm not reading the TikTok chat. If you want to chat in chat, you can watch it on TikTok, but you'd have to come over to YouTube or Twitch to talk in the chat. As you do, you know. There's a lot of hackers in visual novels. There does seem to be a lot of hackers in visual novels, isn't it? I suppose it's because like very easy to break the fourth wall, that kind of scenario, but you know. Hey, I'm gonna show you to the bathroom. I found you something to wear in the meantime while your clothes are in the dryer. Would you prefer a towel instead? I guess that makes more sense. Sorry, I don't usually invite people over. Seeing his timid side resurface once more gave me the sudden urge to tease him. Just a towel. Just a towel? Nothing else? Yeah, to keep you warm instead of taking a shower, unless you'd prefer a blanket. Because I'm pretty sure you have an electric... Oh. As if the gears inside his head are finally clicking together. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant a towel so you can wear over your clothes. Not just you in a towel, unless you'd want to, but that's... Why would you... I'm just going to shut up now. Sorry. That wasn't what I meant at all, but his reaction was priceless nonetheless. Anyway, I'll show you to the bathroom. You can use whatever you want in there. Nothing's off limits. First he was offering to spend the night at my place, and then asserting himself as my boyfriend in front of my friends. Really doesn't seem to care about a lot about personal boundaries, huh? I was beginning to think that Ren didn't seem to mind when it came to me invading his personal bubble as well. Though he seemed pretty standoffish around Tio and Leon, and it took him a lot to warm up to Eleanor back in the library. I chalked up to being his usual shy, eccentric self. Speaking of being shy, I noticed how Ren didn't seem to be switching up from his personality as much anymore. I was beginning to think that he was showing me his real side. Up until now, everything felt real and genuine. I found that we could bounce back witty retorts between each other more easily. Although every now and again, he would slip up and stutter. But I assume it was just my teasing made him fluster. Maybe the timid side of him was genuine after all. I don't know. I think he is timid, but he's kind of changing his way to be, how do I say this? He's a narc, CIA, FBI. I think he's like manufacturing him to like fit that, which is kind of lame. Like in real life, I mean, you know, it's yandere obsessive character. It's pretty puff, of course. But if that was like a real person, that would be kind of lame because like you should have your own personality, right? You shouldn't be like you should have your own thoughts and opinions, right? But yeah. Hey, Sinju Winnie fan, how you doing as well, my friend? Welcome, welcome. I'll leave some clothes for you outside and put the plushie I bought for you in the room. Oh, yeah, thanks. Great. I was zoning out again and completely missed half of what he was saying. Something about clothes and a plushie he bought? Was he talking about the Haruko plushie I was eyeing up earlier? I mean, he was carrying a gift back from that souvenir shop. Did he really buy me that toy? Ren, however, doesn't seem to pick up on my confusion, though. Invitingly opens the bathroom door for me with a soft smile. And so, without trying to make things awkward, I quickly slip inside and lean against the door for support. Which was fortunate for me, because of one sweep from the bathroom had me stumbling back in surprise. Whoa. Even its restaurant looked expensive. I was afraid of touching anything, fearing I'd accidentally break it and end up paying for it. Glancing around again, I noticed his countertop seemed to be void of any dental care, hairbrushes, or skin care products, though a few bottles of concealer and an open box of hair dye sat in the corner of the sink. Okay. Guess that brings up my burning question of whether or not he had naturally pink hair. That made me wonder if Ren really does dye his hair. What was his natural hair color? So many things I didn't know about the soft-looking guy. I was beginning to question whether coming here was a good idea. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like his place seems like a hotel. It's like devoid of any like use. That kind of gives me like psychopath shit. You know what I mean? Not in a good way. Joey has his own thoughts, just how in the sense that I wonder if they like this. Yeah, but they still shouldn't be like that. Like nobody likes what is the It's the little mattress, the little carpet that you put in front of your door. Kapash? Doormat. Yes, a doormat. Nobody likes a doormat. You know what I mean? Yeah, kapashi in Portuguese. Nobody likes a doormat. You know what I mean? Like you should have your own personality and stuff like that. Otherwise, it just feels like it doesn't feel like you're talking to a person, you know, with their own thoughts and feelings. You know, I'm just saying that is the character in the story. I'm just talking about it because of tangent. You know what I mean? Hey, Mr. Morgan, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been up to? Welcome, my friend. But yeah. With a side, I decided not to waste any more time thinking about irrelevant things and instead turn my attention back to the shower. Quickly straightening out of my clothes, I jump into the unnecessarily large glass booth and turn the water on. Alright. Glancing at Ren's shelf of, albeit limited hair and body products, I couldn't help but notice that one brand in particular was just so happened to be the exact same as mine. Did we use the same body wash? It didn't really smell like me, but that was because I wasn't paying much attention? I mean, who randomly smells people out of the blue anyway? Shaking my head at the silly notion, I begin to scrub away the lingering smell of rain from my body and quickly finish washing up. Buttoned up in a warm towel, I crack open a large door and poke my head out into the hallway. True to his word, Ren left a small pile of clothing outside the bathroom, neatly stacked and prepped against the side of the wall. Bringing the contents back inside, I noticed that one piece of clothing in particular was a rather comfy looking hoodie. The design of the front was, however, rather morbid looking and didn't really suit Ren's vibes. Maybe from a horror film or something, eh? Shrugging my shoulders, I put on the hoodie and instantly get enveloped by the sheer amount of fabric. I mean, it made sense considering Len's large and lanky frame, but it was just absurd. I'd stifled a laugh from the amusing sight in the fogged up mirror. I had to admit that the soft fabric felt nice and warm against my skin. Hey Mechique, how you doing as well? Hello Kivilante. Even if the scent came from it, it felt oddly comforting somehow. Turning back to the remaining clothes in the pile, I gently pick up the next item and try to put it on. The gray sweatpants didn't seem to fit the length of my legs, despite the number of times I tried to roll up the elastic, but luckily Ren was thoughtful enough to give me other alternatives. The dark pair of shorts seemed like the better option, especially since it came with drawstrings and deep pockets. Alright. Once I was fully dressed, I was out in the bathroom and aimlessly walking around until I hear the faint sound faint sounds of a TV playing. Feeling curious, I follow the source of the sound down the hallway. Breaking news, a sudden storm hits the bay. Gale force winds and knocks over street signs and even awnings. Guests believe that this sudden change in climate will die out soon and to stay safe indoors. continue to follow the noise until it suddenly cuts out and changes into a glaring monotone sound, indicating that the television must have lost all signal. And soon enough, I find myself in Ren's spacious lounge room. Aside from the TV and the rest of the lights were off, but I could still make out most of the dark shapes within the room with ease. It was just as ostentatious as the rest of his house, but I couldn't help but feel like it lacked any form of life. It didn't just seem like anybody actually lived here. The furniture was gaudy yet tasteless. There was like hardly any personal decoration or colors. There was nothing that really screamed Ren to me. And no personal touches, no photos, items, hobbies, just tacky furniture and the bland smell of something sterile. If I was being honest, it gave him the same vibes that Dentek's clinic at the hospital. Maybe he recently moved in? Who moved in? Surprised by his sudden voice, I spin my heel only to find Ren coming out of one of the hallways with a new set of comfy clothing. Does he have a tattoo? Kind of see a tattoo on his waist. He seemed much more at ease with this, but especially with this gentle expression on his face. What's the name of the game? 14 Days With You. Oh. I watch as he takes a respectful glance at my attire before sheepishly averting his attention towards the end of his sleeves. Sorry, that was the only pair of clothing I could find that might fit you. Looks really good on you, though. You can even keep them if you want. The sound of thunder rumbling in the distance cuts off Ren's mumbling as I involuntarily step closer to him. Without missing a beat, reached out and rests a proactive hand on my shoulder to steady me. Ren idly glances out the window before turning his undivided attention back to me once more, only this time with a determined look. He's really pouring, huh? I can only nod my head at his words, suddenly feeling sheepish all of a sudden. I really should have checked the weather forecast before I went out today. What's his hair care routine? His hair is so smooth. He does take care of his hair. He did mention taking very good care of his hair. To be fair, as though it didn't spontaneously start raining when I left my apartment this morning. I guess I was enjoying my time with Ren to a point that I didn't realize the weather was turning sour. Angel? Sorry, what did you say? I just asked if you want to stay here the night. You know, seeing how hot it's raining out there. Your clothes haven't finished drying either. It'd be no trouble. I wouldn't mind at all. But only if you wanna, of course. Staying at this place for the night? Well, it doesn't seem like... Certainly isn't how I expected him to end my day. But would it really be that bad? Definitely beats waiting out the storm and walking home with a bunch of puddles everywhere. Let's spend the night. Oh. Okay, that's kind of freaky. Spend the night. Oh. What was that? Did I really want to stay the night at Ren's place? Guess I did. Couldn't really remember otherwise. Is he like mind controlling us? Guess I could really say if that's okay with you. Of course, it's totally fine. Wow, that was a really energetic, eccentric man, wasn't he? Okay. Monica reference? Is he a male Monica? I said this jokingly before, but is he a male Monica? Let me know if you need any pillows or blankets. If the room gets too cold. I haven't worked out how to use the fancy heater system yet, but I can definitely try. Also, I know you already know what the bathroom is, but if you... Okay, I think I got it right. I should have a reassuring smile as I turned to face the door. Should have gotten used to his attentive and observant behavior by now, but it still felt like a foreign side of him that I hadn't fully uncovered. So at least he wasn't studying as much anymore. I know, sorry. Just wanted you to be as comfortable as possible, so just treat this house like it's your own. Alright, gotcha. It looks like he doesn't even want to leave. Instead, lingers in front of the door just a little while longer. Sure there isn't anything else you need? Anything at all? He wants to sleep together? Can I get a goodnight kiss? Can I sleep in your bed instead? What's behind that locked door? What? That's a odd question out of the sudden. Can I sleep in your bed? Let's be kind of sassy. You want to sleep in my room? Did I just say that? Can't keep letting those intrusive thoughts win. I don't mind, but what's wrong with the guest bedroom? He peers behind my head and glances around the room behind me before sheepishly meeting my gaze once more. Nothing wrong, I just wanted to tease you a little bit. It's alright, I don't really know why I said that. Ah, come on! No, fuck you, game. You're gonna give me that option, you're gonna immediately back down? Pfft, lame. 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 Commit to the bit. Let me be horny. Does that make him Manica? You say my puns are bad. Shut the fuck up, chat. And you say my puns are bad. That's crazy. I'll do the answers. Let him keep his kidneys. I want to be horny. I want to be horny. Let me be horny. To be honest, I kind of enjoy when he teases me. Okay. I mean, he does give me the, at the MC, be a hoe. Let me be a hoe. Come on. Exactly, Picario. I just want to be a hoe. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. All right, then. Where it is. Cecily made the mood completely mortifying again. Good night, sweetie. Sweet dreams. Good night. I'll watch in silence as Ren turns on his heel and makes his way towards his own room down the hall. Oh? Shaking my head at his odd behavior, I close the door behind me and slowly make my way towards the bed. I noticed the Haruko plushie behind Ren had bought earlier was sitting atop the sheets, and I gently bring it closer to my chest to give it a soft squeeze. Did he really buy this for me after all? The faintest hint of cherry emits from the toy and makes my mind drift to the thoughts of the strange pink-haired man once more. He was still as odd as usual, but some parts of him were starting to feel like endearing. I noticed how he was no longer stuttering me as much and acting shy, and it made me wonder if we were getting closer. Now that I really thought about it, how did I feel about Ren? Think I'm crushing on him, think I like him, think it's alright, think he's kind of creepy. I'm gonna say I think I like him. He was kind of cute and endearing in his own way. He was very considerate and attentive towards me, which I really did like, and he bought me a plushie without being asked. This raising him from a 4 to a 10 to a solid 7 out of 10. Ren certainly had a boyfriend potential, but things were still too awkward between us for it to lead to that direction. Still, it was nice to think about. He was nice to think about. Rolling onto my side, I hug the plushie closer so I can be surrounded by his comforting scent and slowly drift to sleep. Oh. Day of End 2. Is there 14 days already? How much time do we have left in the demo? Because I know this is the demo, but I don't know if I should make this 2 streams or if we should continue on this after. Does anybody actually play this game so you can tell me? Empty file. Let me save here. Does anybody has played this game though? Can tell me if there is another, if there is like how many days there are to this game. What do you say? I have. How many days there are on this? How many days there are on this game, Corpse Bride? On the demo, I mean. Because if there's more days, we can continue playing some other day. What do you say? Do you guys want to? I believe there are 14 already. No, I mean the name of the game is 14 days with you, but this is a demo, so I don't know exactly if there. Yeah, there. See, there you go. There's 5 currently. I suppose we can save it. Let's save it for another day. Let's save it for another day. Let's save the rest of the game for another day. Sounds good? Yeah, there's only currently 5 days in total. So I suppose we can save it. Let's save it for another day. We can continue playing another time. So it's like 5 nights at Freddy's, but there's 7 nights. It's currently 14 actually in total, but it's like one of those things. It's an indie game. They take a lot of effort to, like, you know, make and build and animate and do the artworks and write and everything. So, you know, you always listen. What do I always say, guys? What do I always say when we're playing indie games? You gotta manage your expectations. I do have a lot of indie games that were amazing fun, but you also gotta manage your expectations. You know, it is an indie game. Like sometimes it's just like 1 or 2 people producing these games. As much as they're like they're smaller games, so like they're not exactly algorithmically good. I do love covering them because, like, you know, who knows? I mean, I was one of the first creators to cover that like me-side game, and it just popped out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, really only 5 days out. We'll play this another day. Sounds good? We'll definitely continue playing this game another day. Anyway. It's about time to wrap up the stream. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. If you're watching this on TikTok, you can watch the rest of the VOD on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming around. Also, go check out my channel, YouTube, kindredspiritva. There's a new comic dub out. Also, there's Webtoons as well. There's Webtoons, there's Patreon. There's a lot of stuff for free that you can check it out. And there's also... Wait, you guys can see the display. There's a lot of things you can check it out. There's Webtoons. There's Patreon if you want to support me on Patreon as well. There's other streams, other videos as well. And, of course, the ASMR videos. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Mwah. Thank you so much for coming around. And I'll be seeing you guys. Take care and have a wonderful day. Okay?